Oh, sorry, I was enjoying that. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to my live Jean Claude Van Damme ranking of all the films I've seen of the muscles from Brussels. There are 40. I made a list just like I did last time with my Stallone live ranking. As I've seen a few comments already come in, let's go through the comments first before we get started properly. Larry, or Kadat, let's go. Yeah, let's go indeed. We are here, Larry. Hope you're doing well, sir. Natsuko. Or is that Natsuko? One of the two. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Flores, what Kevin Hawthorne says. Good evening from the Netherlands. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, Kevin. Fried Bolo, yes, it is all comments on the little montage there. No Retreat, No Surrender, number one. Well, no, I think we both know it's not going to be No Retreat, No Surrender. Michael Myers not a fan of Street Fighter. He's in for a surprise then. Clash of the Leotards, that's in reference to Lionheart or AWOL, or, well, that's the film with many titles, isn't it? Leon, wrong bet. So, anyway, yeah, I've seen 40 Jean Claude Van Damme films. There are a few, obviously, that I haven't seen. I haven't seen the Kill 'Em All films, although I have been told they're not even worth, checking out, because I think Gareth said he tried to get through the first one because the second one is out now, and yeah, it just didn't work. And some other people told me, just skip that one. I will eventually, but I haven't seen it for the purposes of this ranking. My least favorite Van Damme film is one that I don't own, but we're gonna get to that. I'm at number 40, but that's what I definitely consider the most, well, awful one so far. Decorate my wall for Jean-Claude, put my Nowhere to Run poster up there, my where am I? Hard Target, Double Impact, a few lobby cards. Got my VHSs of Nowhere to Run and Death Warrant up there. So yeah, it's decked out because we're celebrating Jean-Claude Van Damme, talking some Van Damme films. Yeah, that's right. I think it was Michael Myers that said it last time when Gareth was doing his Bloodsport watch party a few days ago. Yeah, not missing much, not seeing the Kill 'Em Alls. I have seen now all the Universal Soldier ones that Van Damme is in anyway, so they will be making the list. Actually, the latest Universal Soldier film, or the latest, well, it's already a decade old by this point, but Day of Reckoning, that's actually one of my pickups for this month. I actually picked that up especially because I was going to do this ranking. There will also actually, Gareth, not be No Retreat, No Surrender, because as much as I do love No Retreat, No Surrender, I still have to get a copy of it, by the way. I do consider it more of Kurt McKinney's film than Jean Claude's, even though if I had included it in the ranking, it would definitely be top 20 easily. I do love No Retreat, No Surrender, but it will not appear on this list tonight. Some other ones I haven't seen yet. Well, obviously I want to include cameos like Swelter. He's in that for a few seconds. Alien Uprising. And I still have to see Enemies Closer. I've heard that one is pretty decent, to be fair, but I still haven't seen that one either, so that will also not be making the list. Other than that, I think I pretty much have all of them. Also, no voice work, so no Minions 3 or whatever he is in, and no Kung Fu Panda films. So yeah, voice work obviously excluded as well. It's just going to be live action appearances on this list, and a substantial role is obviously the requirement for this list. So yeah, let's just go into it. Number 40. Let's go to the list. Number 40 is from 2016. It is a long-awaited return to the franchise, one of the franchises that Van Damme made popular and didn't star in any of its sequels until this one. It has a 4.9 on IMDb, which, if you ask me, is way too high. It is directed by John Stockwell. My rating for it is a 1. It is Kickboxer Vengeance from 2016. I do not even own this piece of shit. I've seen it once on Netflix, and that was enough. But yeah, that is my least favorite Van Damme film as of now. I mean, he's not even a main star in it, but substantial role nonetheless. But yeah, this film didn't do anything for me. I haven't even checked out the other one after that, which was Kickboxer. Somebody will tell me, I forgot the title. Retribution or something like that, if I got that right. Yeah, piss poor film. I do not get why that has a 4.9 on IMDb. While if I look at a great film like for example. Time Cop has a 5.9. Well, yeah, okay, well, still too low, but we're gonna get to the ratings on IMDb and why I disagree with them and stuff. But on that one, I definitely disagree with it being high. That should have been like a 2 on IMDb or whatever. Like I said, I gave it a 1. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. Enemies Close was okay. Van Damme has a blast playing a very odd bad guy, and I do like Van Damme as the bad guy. As a bad guy role, obviously Expendables 2 is a great role for him, which that one will be included in the list. But yeah, I wanted to turn it off too. Yeah, but I still stuck through it somehow. So yeah, yeah. Turn the Kickbox remake off in 30 minutes, just all garbage. Yes, so think we're pretty much in agreement on that one. Let's move on to number 39, which I do have this one in a pack of Van Damme films. This one actually is popular with some people, but for me, this one never clicked at all. Like, if I hadn't seen that awful aforementioned Kickboxer Vengeance, this would be the least favorite Van Damme film. I actually watched it again today, and I still haven't changed my opinion. I still couldn't get on with it. Although it is a step up from Kickboxer Vengeance. I do give this one a 3 stars out of 10 myself personally, but again, that's pretty low. Still a step up from the 1 that I give Kickboxer Vengeance. This one is directed by Tsui Hark, Hong Kong director, if I got the name correct, and definitely my least favorite of the films he did with Van Damme. This one is from, what's the year on this one? 1998. It is Jean Claude Van Damme and Rob Schneider in Knockoff. Yeah, I just could not get on with this film at all. Yeah, like I watched it again today. The Hong Kong action stuff is good, but I don't know, there's just something off about that film. It just moves too quickly. I mean, I don't mind quick action films, but that one was really rushed. It even seemed like they sort of sped up Van Damme's dialogue at times. Like, I was like, why is he sounding so weird? So yeah, having in this 5-set DVD pack, we'll be talking about all of these films later on, but Knockoff right there. Yeah, just didn't do anything for me. I know it's popular with some people, but I just never got it, so. Hey, Mike is here from Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection. Hey, Mike, how's it going, sir? And we have Alucard here from New Orleans in Louisiana in the States. We'll be talking about the film that features that great city and location way later on down the line, and in the top 10, obviously. Top 5 even, spoilers. But yeah, welcome, Al. Michael Myers, yeah, Knockoff is a mess. Would still prefer it over many of his direct-to-video ones, though. Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, just for me personally, I can take the straight-to-video films over this one, personally, except for, again, Kickboxer Vengeance. Although seeing at the next pick at number 38, I might switch Knockoff around with that one, because I also wasn't a fan of the one that's coming up right now at number 38. Oh, I forgot the IMDb rating for Knockoff. Knockoff also has a 4.9. Like I said, I gave it a 3. But anyway, number 38, we have a film directed by, I'm going to butcher this, Leo Galler. It's from, what's the year on this one? 2019, excuse me. I give this one a 3 as well, just like Knockoff. So yeah, it's kind of tight with Knockoff. Like I said, I might switch them around right now. But at number 38, we have a straight-to-video film. We Die Young. Yeah, this definitely wasn't great. I have the Blu-ray of it right here, the German Blu-ray. Van Damme plays a deaf mute, or at least a mute. He doesn't speak throughout the entire film, which some people would say is a good point for Van Damme, because obviously his accent and stuff. But I don't know, it deals with like these street gangs and stuff, and this young kid, and I don't know, this didn't do much for me at all. Not at all. See, any other notable names in this one? Not from what I'm reading off the back of the Blu-ray. So yeah, it's just watch it for Van Damme purists only, I will say. Again, definitely one of the weaker, lesser straight-to-video efforts of Van Damme. Yeah, it's probably for good reason. Haven't seen We Die Young, saw the trailer and just put me off. Yeah, like I said, it was around 2019, 2018, whatever I just said. I at that time I was still collecting all Van Damme films and stuff, and I saw that one in a German shop where I go to pick up my physical media. I was like, okay, yeah, well, new Van Damme film should be good, but no, it wasn't, which was a disappointment. As is the next one, but again, we are getting better, in my opinion. That is. This one is from 2018, and it has Jean Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren reunited before everybody's going to the dislike button. It's no Universal Soldier film, don't worry. Universal Soldier will definitely be higher. 2018, directed by Pasha Patriki. Let's go with that. Again, I probably butchered it. 2018's Blackwater. Yeah, even a bland title. How can you have a film with Jean Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren and fuck it up this bad? I don't know, but they sure as hell did. They don't even share the screen properly until like the finale. So, like, again, I haven't seen this one in a while, but from what I remember, Van Damme, it's like sent into some sort of prison or whatever, isolation prison on a submarine or a boat or whatever, and in the cabin next to him is Dolph Lundgren. So they're sort of communicating through the wall for the majority of the film, and then by the end when action kicks in, well, they team up. But waste of time, this one. Again, I would have to give it a rewatch because it has been a while, but yeah, definitely another one of the most forgettable Van Damme films that he starred in. Michael Myers, that's what I'm talking about. Michael already knew, yes. I just want to eat. Welcome, Sean, and we'll be talking Universal Soldier way down the line. I think I just did. Side profile of him on the Blackwater cover isn't flattering. No, they also make it look like it's more Dolph's film, but Dolph, like I said, is barely in it, so yeah. Definitely mismarketing. I know I've seen these way too many of these. Well, tomorrow he'll be really in his element when we will be talking about Steven Seagal. Me and Michael have the distinct honor of both having seen we both have seen every Steven Seagal film, so that should be an interesting one. Anyway, did I mention the IMDb rating for this one? I don't think I did. I don't think I did for We Die Young. We Die Young surprisingly has a 5.2 in IMDb, which is pretty high for a straight-to-video film. Blackwater has a 4.7. My rating is a 4. Like I said, we are getting better. But definitely still in the below average tier. Same as the next one. This next one is from 2006, another straight-to-video film, surprisingly. This one has a 4.9 IMDb, directed by Simon Fellows, who I think did a few films with Jean Claude. I think we will have another one coming up. 2006, another bland, forgettable one. This one is Second in Command. Yeah, it's like a siege film. This cover looks actually much better than that poster I just put up, but yeah. Again, it looks cool when you hold the DVD. It shows some cool stills and stuff, but I found this to be a very boring film, honestly. Like I said, directed by Simon Fellows. Alex McKenna is in it. If it's the Alex McKenna I'm thinking of, she was in one of my favorite video games, Red Dead Redemption 2. Although it could be a actress with the same name, but if it's that one, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Second in Command. Not the greatest by any means, but like I said, we're getting better. We're slowly getting better. Like I said, I give it as a 4. It has a 4.9 IMDb, and it was released straight to video. Wait, I've skipped a few. Dang, even Attack Force? Yes, especially Attack Force. Especially that one. Seagal ranking. Jeff knows how to get me watching. Michael Myers has also requested a watch party of Attack Force, which could be happening. And yes, you were correctly. I'm assuming you were guessing that as I was saying the films from 2006. It was Second in Command, yes. Around that point, I think JC was just making stuff just to stay busy. Well, yeah, that's a fair point. Would have this one pretty much rock bottom. Remember hating it, yeah. like I said, I really don't care for it at all. This next one could have been higher if it wasn't for the fact that the film was literally trying to blind me. I literally had to go like this at few points in the film because, well, listen, I don't have what's it called, epilepsy or whatever. I don't suffer from epilepsy, not that I know of anyway. But this film made me feel like I did. This one is from 2013, 2012, directed by John Hyams. Has a 5.1 IMDb. Again, I still stick with a 4. That would have been a 5 if the film didn't try to blind me, which I will get into, but it is the last, so far, Universal Soldier film with Jean Claude Van Damme and Scott Adkins. It's Universal Soldier, Day of Reckoning. Now, this one was pretty much a first-time watch for me this month. Like I said, I pretty much never really watched this film for some reason. I was just like, I think I was put off a little bit by Regeneration, although I do like Regeneration a bit more nowadays. But yeah, like I said, this film, it had a few scenes with very heavy strobe lighting effects, which I literally had to go like this. I could not watch the screen as those things were happening. So if it wasn't for that, this film would have been higher because there are some solid action sequences in there. But it is a very, very weird take on the Universal Soldier universe, especially if you watch the first one and even Universal Soldier: The Return. Then Regeneration sort of did his own thing, but this one does a whole different thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely my least favorite of the Universal Soldier films. But yeah. Yeah, there we go. Gareth is hoping you like his favorite Street Fighter. More than some. But not as much as others. If that makes sense. Yeah, Day of Reckoning, you were right. Vinny is here. Hey, Vinny, how's it going? We are doing well. Talking Van Damme, always in my element. Talking about Jean Claude. That film made no sense to me. Yes, it wasn't great. It had some good fights. Yeah, I think we can all agree the fight scenes are the best parts in Day of Reckoning. They should have stopped the Unisols after the first one. That is a lot of people's opinion. Although I do have a soft spot for The Return, which a lot of people don't share with me, by the way. But yeah, Regeneration is better. I do like Regeneration nowadays. I like it more than I did when I watched it the first time about 10 years ago. Yes, like I said, a lot of people share that opinion. Burt Reynolds' one was better than Part 4. Did Burt Reynolds do one? Don't remember that one. Van Damme looking like Kurtz from Apocalypse Now. I was thinking that. Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, Van Damme was definitely trying to do that anyway. Whether he succeeded or not, that's up to interpretation. But oh yeah, forgot to show the Blu-ray of it that I got this month. Again, this will be featured in my update, my monthly collection update. It's actually the 3D Blu-ray. So I have a PlayStation VR headset. I can actually watch it in 3D, but not with that fucking strobe lighting effect. But it's a 3D Blu-ray and the regular version. So yeah, disappointing. Let's talk the rating for it. Yeah, I still give it a 4, like I said. I think I mentioned IMDb. IMDb has it a 5.1, which is, again, pretty high. These Van Damme straight-to-video ones have a pretty solid high rating on IMDb. The next one doesn't, but I do like the next one more than a lot of people do. This next one, I think it is Michael Myers' least favorite. This next one has a 3.9 IMDb. It's from 2002, directed by Bob. What is it with these hard names? Misiorowski? Yeah, probably fucking butchered that. I give this one a 5. It has a 3.9 IMDb. It is 2002's straight-to-video Under Siege 2 ripoff, Derailed. Now, a lot of people, including myself at one point, put this as the worst Van Damme film. However, after rewatching it, not too long, because it's not too long since I got this DVD here from the UK, I actually didn't mind it now the second time around. When I first watched it, I hated it, but I liked it way better on the rewatch. So yeah, I will put this over, like I said, the previous ones that we had. I will put it over Day of Reckoning, I'll put it over Second in Command. It's no longer the worst Van Damme film. That's definitely that's one thing for sure. I do know. I think that Michael Myers once said it's the worst for him. So no, I dig The Return, as I think it was fun. Yes, so do I. So do I. I mean, you got Goldberg in there. Come on, and it had a killer soundtrack. Yes. Bird did another couple of Unisol sequels before the official ones, kind of on a different tangent. Ah, okay. I'll have to check those out. Yes, Derailed. Watch Derailed once. Hardcore is worse than this. I have a big soft spot for hardcore, but we're gonna get there. Derailed has the absolute worst special effects I've ever seen. Yes, it does. But I still like it. I like the trashiness. It's still better, I think, than some of the special effects in some straight to video Seagal flicks. So, but we're going to be discussing that again tomorrow. So, now I think we're at the point where we are definitely getting better with these films. At number 33, we have a film once again from 2018. Let's see who directed this one. Can I pronounce this one? Directed by Julian Leclerc. I'm going for that. Has a 5.9 IMDb. I give this one, now we're getting to the 6. The rail, by the way, gets a 5 for me. This next one gets a 6 for me. And it is, where is it? 2018's The Bouncer, aka Lucas. Not a film I got on with directly, but once I rewatched it, I really dug it. I really dug the film. I think it's a good Van Damme performance. I think he does a good job acting in that film. Sort of on a level of like where he tries to be more serious, like JCVD, although not as successful as that one, obviously. And even films like Wake of Death and Until Death, where he sort of showed more of his acting chops, in my opinion, anyway. No, The Bouncer is a solid one. The Bouncer has. Where's the bouncer? There it is. Yeah, alternate title Lucas. It has a 5.9 IMDb. I give it a 6, like I said. It's this is a good watchable one for sure. Probably on that level. Probably on that level, Sean. Yeah. Had the girl from the Punisher remake, and that was about it. Oh, and the baddie from The Bodyguard. Oh, the Unisol Burt Reynolds films. Okay. I love his earlier pictures from the 80s and 90s. After he went straight to DVD, unfortunately. Yes, just like Steven Seagal, just like Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, once we got to the 2000s, these guys went straight to video. Even Stallone went straight to video for a period in the early 2000s. Avenging Angela was a straight to video film after all. Oh, Michael, were those the straight to Showtime film Brothers in Arms? Oh, we're those straight to Showtime film Brothers in Arms, something like that. Once read that Derailed held the record for the most cuts in a movie ever. I think Quantum of Solace beat it once that came out in 2008. Quantum of Solace, I think, has more cuts, from what I remember, then anyway. TV movies, yeah. The worst than the escape. Oh, well, I would put him on that level, to be honest. Although that train explosion Derailed, yeah, that is pretty dodgy. Damn dodgy. Myers, damn, that's a bold statement, yes. Like I said, for me, it's about on that level. Yeah, when I found out no JCVD, I was like, no thanks. Yeah, about the, yeah. I have to cool down. Ugh, yeah. Anyway, that was number, where are we at? I think we're going through this one quickly. That was 33. Now we're going to number 32. This one I really, really like a hell of a lot. Good, solid, straight-to-video action film. Only gripe is the color palette has like this piss yellow tint all over the film. A lot of sepia tones or whatever it's called. Has a 6.1 IMDb. I give it a 6 myself. It's from 2011 and stars Jean Claude and Scott Adkins. And I have this one in the DVD pack again. It is Assassination Games. Not to be confused with Assassination with Charles Bronson. No, I'm just kidding. Again, I have this in the DVD pack right here. Here it is. Again, We talked about knockoff, assassination games. These three will be coming up. I do have a release for Nowhere Run and Double Team. Street Fighter is the last game I'll have to pull out this pack for. But yeah, this is a good one. Again, Van Damme and Scott Adkins, they're assassins. They're after each other. It's pretty good. This one is solid. JCVD, the 2008 JCVD film that will be coming up later. Search for something unusual, something hard. Yeah, Van Damme is Belgium is literally right next to the Netherlands, so I can easily do a Belgian accent. Hey, Mr. Dan Horace here. Hey, Mr. Dan, how's it going, sir? Thanks for tuning in. Round 2. Favorite Jackie Chan film and favorite Bruce Lee film? I will quickly answer that because, of course, we're not talking about that today. Favorite Jackie Chan film? Probably Snake and Eagle Grass. Snake and Eagle Shadow, I mean. And Bruce Lee, Fist of Fury. Fist of Fury, always Fist of Fury. Although Enter the Dragon is, of course, kick-ass, and the big boss is awesome. Another one I remember hating, the whole film just looked yellowish brown. Yes, that's the only complaint that I would have about it, is the color palette. That would be my only, my biggest complaint, let's put it that way. I mean, still not a flawless film by any means, but it's okay, we can go home now. They're not going home. I just want to go home, Sarge. Someone else was supposed to star in Assassination Games with VD, and I've forgotten who. I think you're correct, and I'm also blanking on who that was. I think Scott Adkins was a replacement. I think you are correct there. I'm going to kick that son of a beach bison's ass so hard. Yeah. We'll be talking about that soon. Hey, Sparks. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, that was Assassination Games at number 32. Let's go to number 41. This one I do like. Very dark. Oh, I forgot to show the freaking the Bouncer Blu-ray. There it is. That was a few picks ago by this point, I think. Let's put that there. There we go. There's the next film, so I can peek ahead. Yes, this next film. No, that's not the one. Is it? No. 5.1 IMDb. That's it. Again, I give this one a 6. It's a solid one for me. Directed by Ernie Barbarash, who also directed, coincidentally, the previous film Assassination Games, and he would direct a very, very good one with Jean Claude later on. Later on in the ranking, we'll be discussing that one. But this one is from 2015. It is Pound of Flesh, about Van Damme, who is in, I think is it Thailand or whatever, some Asian country, if I got that correctly. He is there to have a kidney transplant for, I think, for his niece who's sick, who needs a kidney, otherwise she's gonna die. And then Van Damme wakes up and, or he goes partying, and then he wakes up in his hotel, and somebody has already removed his kidney and sold on the black market. So it's one of those, stealing organs and selling them on the black market kind of film, like Skin Trade with Dolph Lundgren, another straight-to-video film, which is a pretty good one. But it's a pretty solid one. I do like Pound of Flesh. This one actually has the epic split of Van Damme, where he does the split. You can see right there, one leg on the car and one leg on the curb of the sidewalk. Yeah, Pound of Flesh. I do like this one. It has pretty hard, brutal action, some nice bloody scenes. I like it. I like it. Don't worry. I can lay your fears to rest right now. That will not happen. Our target is top 5. Street Fighter isn't. It is high, but it's not that high. I had to Google. It was Vinnie Jones. If I know, yes, Michael knows. Michael Myers knows. Now take your pig stick and your boyfriend and find a bus to catch. I need to catch up on the 2000s Van Damme flicks. Well, there will be some great ones coming up. A few of them are pretty high up, right near the top 10, but not quite, but near. There are a few from the 2000s that are really, really great, in my opinion. Myers. I know you didn't mean to hurt my feelings. Pound of Flesh I quite liked. Had some bad green screen going on, but was watchable. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed that one. It's decent. And the equalizers here, Bob McCall. Good evening, Bob. Thank you for tuning in as well. So that was number, where we at, 31. Oh, we're going into the top 30 now. So at number 30, we have the most recent Jean Claude Van Damme film, not the one that was just released on Amazon Prime, whatever it was, but the last one that we, get on physical media. We got on physical media recently, which had some weird cameos, including Cynthia Rothrock is in this film. The film is from last year, from 2024. 4.4 on IMDb. My rating is a 5. Directed by James Cullen Bressac. It is 2024's Darkness of Man, which has Van Damme in it, Shannon Dorothy in one of her last roles. She has a small role in it. And like I said, Cynthia Rothrock pops up for a minute, which was a waste, in my opinion. Eric Roberts has an even weirder random cameo. He turns up as a guy who goes to like a hot dog vendor or whatever. You just see him ordering a hot dog and then he's gone. That's like the most random ass cameo ever. Yeah, freaking Eric Roberts. So this had some weird cameos and stuff. Here's the German Blu-ray, which the Germans call this one "Born to Kill," which I do hate that cover. Look at Van Damme's head there. It's just. But yeah, like I said, this one has weird cameos in it. Shannon Dorothy. Kristana Loken is in it. Terminator 3, the TX from Terminator 3 is in it. She actually has a substantial role. Has a good cast and some weird ass cameos, but yeah. It is a decent film. I did like it. It was like a sort of noirish crime sort of film, more than a straight up action film. But I liked it. Like I said, I give that a 6 myself on the Van Damme scale. That is, if I compare it to, of course, to a different film, it would be lower. But on the Van Damme scale, that one gets a 6 for me. Yes, it does. So that was number 30. Let's move on to number 29. This one, I think, will be interesting to discuss with you guys. This one actually does get a lot of love from people, but for some reason, this one never did much for me. Like I said, obviously, I do like it quite a bit, as it's over about, I take it over about 10 films. This next one, I just didn't care for too much. Let me just read a few comments before we reveal it. I come back here. I cut me a steak. Yes. Everybody loves Hard Target, and so do I. So don't worry. Save the quotes for later. We'll get there. He's all ears. Rendell. Yes, Eric Roberts does make some weird appearances. He will jump at anything, yes. I haven't seen Darkness. I know it was the same guy who did Beyond the Law, which was awful. Beyond the Law, by the way, for those uninitiated, that's the so far last Steven Seagal film to date. I'm hoping it will stay that way. Eric Roberts has more than 700 credits on IMDb. Yes, he gets around, doesn't he? Busy man. Eric, sign me up, Roberts. Double Impact is my favorite, followed by Sudden Death. Double Impact will be high. Sudden Death will be kind of high-ish, if that makes sense. To be continued on that one. Feel like Legionnaire is coming. I actually like Legionnaire, so if you gave Eric a few bucks, he'd probably come on the show. Yes, that is very, very true. Wonder why Gareth hasn't tried that yet. Maybe Myers, good call, or The Quest. You guys will have to see. But it will be interesting. So I do know a lot of people do like this one, do rate this one pretty high. But myself, and I think also Alucard once said he didn't care too much in particular for this film as well. If I remember that correctly, it is. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It has a 5.6 on IMDb. It's from 1996, directed by Ringo Lam, and it is at number 29, Maximum Risk. Yes, I'm sorry guys, this one just never really did too much for me. I obviously still like it because, well, it's a number 29 and this is a top 40, so still take it over about what, 10-ish films, whatever. Yeah. Starring Jean Claude Van Damme, Natasha Henstridge. There's some DVD of it. Yeah, this one just never did much for me. It has some good action sequences, but I don't know, just never really clicked with me the way it does with a lot of people, including Sean, as he said there in the comments earlier. But you know, Maximum Risk, I'm sorry, just not really for me. Yes, I do. See, you guys like Maximum Risk. I like The Quest, so you know, we all have different tastes. Alucard likes The Quest, but it's a mixed bag for Sean. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm actually trying to watch it before the stream. I watched Knockoff before the stream. I watched Maximum Risk before the stream, and again, I almost fell asleep. I almost didn't make it to the stream because I was, yeah. I don't know. Maximum Risk is a bit boring for me. And yes, I was correct. It was Alucard that once said that. Yeah, it's eh. Yeah, that's what it is to me. It's eh. It's not great. It's not good. It's eh. It's definitely not bad or terrible. It's just in the middle. It's eh. What's my rating? Did I say my rating for it? Wait a minute. Maximum Risk. There it is. Yeah, I still give it a 6. So a 6 is not a bad score. A 6 is not a bad score. And has a 5.6 on IMDb. So I would say that's fair. Like I said, I give it a 6. So I would say that's a fair score. Yeah, acting wise, I would agree, but yeah, just as a film in general, yeah. Well, I think everything will be redeemed once my top 5 is revealed. Fingers crossed. The Quest is a mixed bag for me too. Mixed bag of shit. I can't go wrong with Roger Moore. Roger Moore is just, yeah. I don't like Nowhere to Run because you get to see Rosanna slightly. Well, that was one of the first ones I saw. Like I said, I have the VHS of it right there. That VHS right there was my very first Van Damme film. Probably after Bloodsport. I think I saw Bloodsport. We taped that on DVD. We never had that on VHS. But that was the first Van Damme VHS we had in the house, Nowhere to Run. That was the first, and believe me, as a 6-year-old or 7-year-old, whatever it was more than slightly nude. That made quite an impression on a 6-year-old. So Maximum Risk felt to me like he matured a bit and was no longer the kickboxing kid from Bloodsport. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Michael is a fan of the film. I can put that worry to rest as well. Time Cop will not be next. Will not be next, like Bolo says. Yeah, believe me, Rosanna is definitely one of the big factors why I do love Nowhere to Run, as much as you guys will find out. But yeah, this was number 29. Let's go to 28. We go back to the Universal Soldier films. This one from 2009 has a 5.3 on IMDb, directed by John Hyams once again. I give this one like a 5.5 or a 6, just like the previous few entries. It is 2008's Universal Soldier Regeneration with Jean Claude, Dolph Lundgren. Who's the MMA guy again? The Pitbull, Andre. What's his name? Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. Yeah, from the same director, or not from the same director. No, it's not the same. Yeah, the same director as Day of Reckoning anyway. But yeah, Universal Soldier. I saw experiencing technical difficulties. On rewatch, I like this way more and more. So, got to keep an eye on this because this is not good. Where are we? Regeneration, yeah, 5.3 IMDb. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, I like it more nowadays. Remember seeing Nowhere to Run in theater and not liking it too much, especially coming off Universal Soldier. I can see that. I can definitely see that. If you come off like the big Jean Claude films, especially films like Hard Target, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Double Impact, Universal Soldier. I can definitely see it's a different one. It's a different one, but different doesn't mean worst. Regeneration surprised me. I wasn't hoping for anything with the final 20 minutes of it. That was awesome. The finale is probably the best part. That's probably why it is as high as it is. The finale was pretty awesome, that one. Yeah, I definitely agree there. The one was a bit risky going against the form. I don't think it did too well money-wise. Well, Van Damme was pretty popular, definitely around that era, so I think it made some money. I don't think it was a full flop, but yeah. So this is in regards to. Oh yeah, no way to run. Was on that film. Maybe Gary was glitching the stream. He could be. He has been quiet since this thing has started. Unisol's well, yeah, could be more Unis before we get the kicks. There weren't any kicks, so that was a big change. Fistica. Ted Levine, I did run. Also, you got diplomatic immunity guy for Weapon 2 in there, Joss Ackler. I thought the villains were a pretty one, so. Oh, yes, that's also another that will not be included. It's also known as Alien Up, UFO, Alien Up. Be making a list. It's more of a cameo. The kicks were solely meant. No splits either. That's true. No splits. Cyborg. We'll still have to wait for a while. I'm pretty sure they added bike chase and no time someone noticed film at action. Yes, and I think it was Peter Arnold who went on to direct Legionnaire. I think he was the second unit or whatever in that film, and he directed bike chase in the picture. So, hey, Marty is here from the trash show. Welcome, Marty. As a fan. Thanks. No, welcome. Glad to see everyone here. So that was your soldier operation. Move on to the next one, which is a very early straight-to-video Van Damme film from the early 2000s. The correct year for it is 2001. It's a sci-fi action thriller, according to IMDb. I would put it more in a sci-fi thriller. It wasn't too much action in that one. Directed by Ringo Lam, the director of Maximum Risk. So this is already a Ringo Lam film I do prefer over the other one. It's 2001's Replicant, also starring Michael Rooker and Van Damme playing two roles once again, just like he did in Maximum Risk and obviously the most famous example is Double Impact. But this one, Van Damme plays clones. He plays a serial killer who gets cloned into more of a good clone, more of a simpleton kind of clone, but a good clone nonetheless. So he plays a bad guy and a good guy in that one, which it's a pretty good film. I have the 88 films Blu-ray of it with the lovely, very shiny slipcover, and also comes with the poster and some art cards and stuff like that. Limited edition. It's more Michael Rooker's film than it is Van Damme's, even though Van Damme does have two roles in it, but Michael Rooker sort of is the antagonist in the film in a big way. But it's still a pretty damn good film. The IMDb rating for this one, I think it's a little too low at 5.4. It's about right, because I gave it a 6, like I said. Maybe if the IMDb rating was 6, I would agree with it more, but it's, yeah. It's okay. Like I said, it's very decent. We are definitely getting to the. We started with below average or terrible. We now reach average. We now starting to get to above average films, I would say. I think we started there when we reached Maximum Risk, I guess. Yeah. Cyborg is the most watched Van Damme film from Michael Myers. Not sure if I could quite put it top though. It is one I watch a lot, and yeah, you'll just have to wait. You'll just have to wait. Cyborg, aka the original Masters of the Universe sequel. Yes, it was supposed to be Master Universe 2. At least they used the sets and costumes that were planned for that sequel, and also I think from Canon's proposed Spider-Man film that they were also working on. With I think wasn't Dudikoff in line for Spider-Man in the Canon film? Forgot that right. Sarge, my tour's up. I just want to go home. I love the quotes coming in. Levine stood on his buffalo belt and nowhere to run. It puts the lotion on the skin. You're discharged, Sarge. I would Smokey MC, welcome Smokey. I would rate Fender as the #1 baddie in all of JCVD films. #1 baddie. I would still probably go for either Chong Li, Bloodsport, or Tong Po, Kickboxer. Fender would be in the top 10 of the villains, maybe even top 5. But I think my favorite are still those villains, from Bloodsport, Kickboxer. Even Ted Levine from Nowhere to Run would be in there. Fender over and Sergeant Scott, of course, from Universal Soldier. When I say jump, you say how high. I think we'll shoot you in the head. I love Dolph as the villain in the original, but again, I'm saving that for later. We're gonna get there. I struggle to enjoy Replicant. It's pretty grim and just doesn't seem as good as it should be. I like the grimness. I like the that's a little bit more darker than usual for Van Damme. That's one of the aspects I do like about that film. It wasn't love on first sight, though. I will admit that. The first time I watched it, I wasn't too impressed with it, but that's definitely one that has grown on me over the years. That's for sure. Replicant is the only film I've heard a VD Van Damme commentary on, even though he barely says anything. Yeah, don't you just hate it when they finally do a commentary and it's like, yeah, just dead air. Van Damme is good at playing a bad guy. I remember Stallone wanted him for Demolition Man. Yes, Demolition Man was originally was supposed to be Van Damme versus Seagal. I think Seagal was going to play the Stallone role, the John Spartan role, and Van Damme was going to be the Wesley Snipes role. So yeah, that was the very original plan of Demolition Man. Fender was fucking terrifying. Yes, Fender, fucker. I remember when I was a kid watching Cyborg, I thought Fender was the Cyborg. He certainly comes across that way. He certainly comes across like a Terminator Cyborg-esque kind of guy, machine. I hate the title Lionheart. I always remember it as AWOL. Yes, and in the Netherlands, it's wrong bat, so we're all used to different titles with that one, I think. The Germans know it as Leon, so yeah. Who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me, Guile and Street Fighter simultaneously? His worst and best role ever. We haven't mentioned Street Fighter yet, so good for that film. It will be coming up. Oh, we still got a bit to go. But no, I do like Street Fighter. It definitely has its fans. It definitely has its haters. So yeah. Yeah, it was AWOL in the UK. Yeah, it's wrong bet in Australia. It's wrong bet in the Netherlands. Like I said, it's Leon in Germany. It gets so confusing with the title. Obviously, the US title is Lionheart. So yeah. To me, it was Tuesday. That's probably the most famous line from Street Fighter, and that comes from the great late Raul Julia. Yes, he did. Yes, lucky guy. He was doing Kylie Minogue and $10,000 of coke per day. So yeah, on that film, I could do without the coke one, but give me the Kylie Minogue. Give me Kylie any day. Yeah, Raul Julia. Why does AWOL have Van Damme on a train track on the cover? Good question. Yeah, and also with the slick back hair, which he never has in that film. He does have that in Double Impact as Alex. But yeah, Julia is great. Yes, Raul Julia is fantastic. Kylie came across as sweet, as innocent, but shagged everyone. Yes, she also got around. Raul forever. Yes. Great villain in Street Fighter and great villain in The Rookie with Clint Eastwood and Charlie Sheen. He did Street Fighter for his kids, even though he had stomach cancer. Yes, then that's the reason why he took on the roles, because his kids were such big fans of the Street Fighter 2 game, arcade game. Okay, this one is next. Next up is another straight-to-video film. We'll go back to the straight-to-video film for now. With a 5.5 in IMDb, I give this one a 6. It's from 2008. I give it a... Wait, I already said that. It's directed by Isaac Florentine, and I think it's the first collaboration with JCVD and Scott Adkins. It is The Shepherd Border Patrol, which, as the title implies, deals with the U.S. situation down at the southern border there, which is a touchy subject nowadays, but that's what this film does deal with. So Van Damme is like a border patrol agent. This is a good one. Again, pretty good performance by Van Damme. Scott Adkins does a good job in it. You can tell they clearly did not film it in the southern part of the U.S. because it clearly looks like they filmed it just like every other straight-to-video film in Romania or whatever, or yeah, I guess Romania. But still, decent action, decent fight scenes, good direction. I like this one. I like this one. So that's at number 26. And then we're almost halfway there. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Definitely not in those days. Frank Raoul sadly died before Street Fighter even came out. I think you're correct. I think he did not go to the premiere for it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I should have just read ahead. So do I. I know that one gets a lot of shit, but I do like Desert Heat, aka Inferno. Kylie, Miley, good fuck. We'll be getting there later as well, where that quote refers to. But yeah, no, Shepherd Border Patrol, good film. I do recommend that one for Van Damme films, for Van Damme fans that haven't seen it yet. As I do this next one, even though I've already had a few people in the comments saying that they weren't a fan of this next one in particular. It is a Sheldon Lettich film. Sheldon Lettich, who directed Lionheart, AWOL, you know, that film with the many titles. The Order from 2001, he directed that one. Of course, he was a writer on Bloodsport. He co-wrote Rambo 3. Wait, oh no, I'm skipping one because I don't have it there. I'm skipping one. Forgot what I just said. And number 25 is the film that everybody's discussing at this point. Let's just go ahead. 1994, Street Fighter. So yeah, Street Fighter is a number 25, and this is a top 40. So Street Fighter made it pretty high. Street Fighter has been quite a few odds to get to this point. Again, I have it in this DVD pack right there. There it is. That's why because I saw the next one here in my pile of copies. That's why I was, let's just swiftly move on then, because I was already hyping up this film that's coming up next. At number 24, Sheldon Lettich, 2006. This one stars Jean Claude Van Damme, Vivica Fox, and some other people I will get to, but it's the hardcore, which again does not have too many fans, I'm thinking, but I like it. It's sort of a Van Damme Bodyguard-esque film, you know, Bodyguard with Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston. So that's kind of film where Van Damme is hired to protect this rich boxer. In particular, he's protecting his sister, played by Vivica A. Fox, because the boxer and his family has been threatened and stuff. So Van Damme is like the bodyguard in this one, and he does have good chemistry, in my opinion, with Vivica Fox. And it's a good film. Not a great film. Again, obviously, it's not all too high, but it is one I enjoy. I know not too many people are a fan of it, but yeah. So we just had 2 for 1. So that was at number 25 was Street Fighter. Number 24 is the hardcore. So yeah, which I think Michael Myers was already guessing before I realized I wasn't ready for that film yet. Don't remember much about The Shepherd other than the fight in the cafe, which I think redid the Desperado music. I'm not too sure about that one, but I do remember the cafe fight. I'm just not sure on the music at this point. But that is another good Sheldon Lettich film. I do like Only the Strong with Mark Dacascos. His worst film definitely is the one he did with Dolph Lundgren, the Last Patrol, or the Last Order, whatever it's called. That was a terrible film. That's definitely the worst Sheldon Lettich film I've seen so far. It is the hardcore, yes. Yes, and Street Fighter was 25, so yeah, Street Fighter came up pretty high. I like Street Fighter better than Pilot was Double Dragon, but it's nowhere near as good as Mortal Kombat. I would agree there. I do like the Mortal Kombat film from 1995 a bit more than I do the Street Fighter film. So, yeah, purely because of the music. I mean, Mortal Kombat, bum, 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 bum. I love the fucking Mortal Kombat theme. And I've also played the heck out of the Mortal Kombat video games, but, you know, aside from that, Sheldon Lettich, I prefer Cabbage. I sadly don't have one of those clips that Gareth always plays, otherwise you would have gotten one. Why does Van Damme look like waxwork on the hardcore cover? Where was that cover? Oh, there it is. Yeah, he does actually, doesn't he? It's like, yeah, it looks like a CGI Van Damme. It probably is photoshopped to death, so yeah. Yeah, it's Vivica Fox. Not too many other notable people in this one. But yeah, directed by Sheldon Lettich. I know that's not Sheldon Cabbage there, Bob. That's Lettich. Great admirers, yeah. Oh dear, the level is sinking. Let's just move on from that one because I have no way to respond to that. Another Sheldon Lettich film coming up. Let me double check if I got that right this time. Yes, I do. This one is from 2001. I have mentioned this one earlier. Straight to Video has a 5. No wait, this one has a 4.6. The hardcore has a 5.2 in IMDb, by the way, which I give a 6 to the hardcore. This next one I give a 6 as well. 6. I was looking at, yeah, it's a 6 for 2001's. Where is it? The Order. Not to be confused with some other films called The Order. I've noticed when I type in The Order in IMDb, there's a few films that come up with that title, but yes, it is the one from 2001, directed by Sheldon Lettich, which also has the awesome Brian Thompson in it. The Night Slasher from that amazing film right there. I do have a cool edition of it. There's Brian Thompson. Pretty unrecognizable, but it is him. Also, Charlton Heston is in this one of his last roles. Yeah, The Order, a cool little media book from Germany. This one actually comes with a shit ton of extras. It has audio commentary by Sheldon Lettich, has an exclusive interview with Jean Claude, interview with Sheldon Lettich that runs for 73 minutes, making of, a deleted scene. This has a ton of special features. Like, this is one of the only Van Damme films that comes with a crap load of features. Not saying it doesn't deserve it, but there's so many other Van Damme films that really could do with some great special features as well. So, yeah, The Order from 2001. And Sean was correct. The DVD covers around the mid-2000s were awful. There were 2 Seagal covers where they copy and pasted his head from one cover to the next. Shadow Man and Attack Force. And Attack Force, it's the worst cover, I swear. We're going to get there tomorrow, but I swear that is absolutely the worst. Oh God, how I hate that film and that cover. Everything about that film, but we'll get there. We're going to get there tomorrow. The Order isn't bad. No, The Order is good. I like The Order. It has some good action scenes. Speaking of Seagal, in the Steven Seagal straight-to-video film Today You Die, they actually use one scene from The Order. They sort of steal stock footage from The Order, which is noticeable. Yeah. But we're going to get there tomorrow once again. I want your eyes, pig. Want to go to hell with me, pig? The court is civilized, isn't it, pig? But I'm not. This is where the law stops. And I start. Sucker. Wait, didn't read this one. The Order was, I think, the first Van Damme movie I saw, and I thought, yeah, this is kind of crap. Oh, so Michael Myers isn't a fan of it. You have to take me in, if you can. Yes, everybody loves Cobra. I love Cobra, otherwise I wouldn't have that giant-ass poster right there. For further reference, check my previous Sylvester Stallone ranking, and you will see how much I love Cobra. The Seagal Show got a ring to it. Please don't give him any ideas. Please don't give him ideas. Next we'll be having live streams from Russia with Steven Seagal. This one was this next film was questioned earlier when this one would be making an appearance. I said it would be higher, but not all too high. And we are entering to the 80s, one of the canon films, directed by Albert Pyun from 1989. What's the score on IMDb for this one? Probably very, very low. Oh, not too bad. It's a 5. It's a solid 5 on IMDb. I give it a 6 myself, once again. It is 1989's Cyborg at number 22. Yes, number 22 for Cyborg. I used to love it a lot when I was a kid, but as I've grown older and matured a bit, well, in some ways, I don't know, the appeal the film has lost its luster for me. The film has lost its luster for me in some ways. Again, it's still pretty fucking high, but I don't rate it near the top 10 anymore as I probably would have a few years ago. It has dropped, but that's still not taking anything away. It's still a great canon film. It's still a great cheesy, low-budget actioner. It is still, corny and cheesy and all that stuff, all the stuff I like about 80s action films. But it's just, I don't know, it just kind of lost its luster for me a little bit. But here's Cyborg, which I should show off my editions for this one. Again, the 88 films Blu-ray with the slipcover. And comes with the poster and stuff. I had the poster on the wall for quite a bit, but I rotate my posters very regularly. So right now, this is the setup. I also do have the Slinger director's cut for Cyborg. Just out of curiosity, because I was always curious to see this one. And Germany has it on Blu-ray. It's not the greatest print or stuff. It's work print, so it's not the best quality. The work print, no, not for me. Give me the original one. It was interesting to see the work print, the director's version, but give me the theatrical release version any day of the week. I do have Slinger, that version for completion purposes, obviously. But yeah, it's give me the original one, the original version of it. And I do agree there, Sly does need to put out the uncut version of Cobra. Not even necessarily Sly, just anyone. Just put it out. Just try and find it, anyone. A member of the Zombie Squad. Yeah, the bottom line. Seagal on Saturday Night Live, top of my list. Saturday Night Live wouldn't agree with that. They don't even publish those segments anymore. I think there's only 1 or 2 segments online that you can find from that show. So they sort of tried to erase every bit of that existence. It's the order has an explosion at the end, which looks like someone just extinguished a cigar and matted it into the shot. I do not remember that. I would have to check and see that again. Fender! Cyborg still has Van Damme's best uses splits with that cool knife scale. Yes, that is probably the highlight of the film for me, or one of the highlights anyway, yes. Bob McCall just pointed out 2 more. That's all I'm saying. Read the comment. Yes, she does have huge tits. Cyborg is pure nostalgia for me. I think if I was only just discovering today, I think I'd probably think it was shite. I do think age and what time in your life you saw the film, I think that does play a factor into this one for sure. But yeah, it's not for everyone. I think most modern audiences would definitely hate it, but what do they know? Very voluptuous. Very voluptuous. Director's cut is bad. It's, yeah, a pile of T-Rex shite. They made the right choice re-editing Cyborg. Slinger would have made about $20. Yes. Cyborg itself didn't make too much, I think, but yeah, if they released it in the Slinger form, it definitely would have flopped massively. Pyun originally apparently wanted to release it in black and white. Yes, he definitely would have turned everyone off with that decision, especially in the 80s. I mean, Raging Bull can pull it off in black and white, but there's not too many films, especially not an 80s action film, that can pull off black and white. So Anyway, that's Cyborg at 22. Let's go on to number 21 for a film from 1999, directed by Mick Rogers. Again, another 6 that I give for this one. 4.2 on IMDb. It is the first, and in my opinion, still the best Universal Soldier sequel because it's just a lot of fun. It is 1999's Universal Soldier: The Return with Jean Claude Van Damme, Michael Jai White, and Goldberg from WWE. Yes, a lot of people will have this as their least favorite Universal Soldier film. I will put it over Regeneration and Day of Reckoning, especially over Day of Reckoning. But even Regeneration, like I said, Regeneration just has a lot of kick-ass action, especially by the end. But I feel like there's just not, it's just very dark and grim and stuff. This one is more fun, and I like more fun with Universal Soldier. Like the first one had some serious moments, but there was still a lot of fun in that one. There is a lot of fun in this one as well. And as Larry, to his point, mentioned earlier, it also has a kick-ass soundtrack. Yeah, pretty great supporting cast. Like I said, Michael Jai White, I think, does a pretty good job in the film. I like Universal Soldier: Return. Feels like there should have been about 20 Unisols. Oh, feels like there's been. Yeah, 4 main ones. No, 3 main ones, isn't there? No, 4. 4 main ones. What was it? 2 TV films or whatever in the 90s. Yeah. Number 20. This one Bob McCall, I think, inquired about earlier. This one is directed by Danny Moon, which is a pseudonym for John G. Advilson, who directed one of my favorite films of all time, Rocky, from 1976. However, this film sort of got taken away from Advilson in the editing, and he wasn't pleased with the final product, even though I still think it's a pretty cool film. So he changed his name for that film. It has music by Bill Conti, another Rocky connection. But at number 20, we have 1999's Inferno, aka Desert Heat. Where's the poster? There it is. Inferno, aka Desert Heat, which also has a pretty good cast. This one, Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi himself, Larry Drake, Danny Trejo, Gabriella Fitzpatrick, Jamie Presley from My Name Is Earl. A lot of people that were in My Name Is Earl is in this film, actually. Vincent Schiavelli, probably butchered that. This one has a pretty good cast, and like I said, music by Bill Conti. It sounds a lot like his Lock Up music, by the way, which isn't a bad thing because I love Lock Up and I love the Lock Up soundtrack. And again, I do have a pretty cool German media book for Inferno, aka Desert Heat, Blu-ray DVD combo. Yeah, I like Inferno. I do like this one. I had a feeling this one would be high. There's still obviously 19 films after this one because we're now in the top 20. But yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. Unisol really started the downfall. It tanked in theaters. Yes, that was a flop for Van Damme. That was definitely one of the big reasons why after that he went straight to video for sure, with Inferno and Legionnaire and stuff like that. Desert Heat premiered here in the UK as Inferno on TV before home release, which definitely wasn't a good sign. Yes. Again, that was straight to video, yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed Desert Heat a lot. Very underrated. I think so. Yeah. I think it's underrated. Film has a bizarre sense of humor, which kind of doesn't work. I do enjoy it though. Yeah, the humor, especially with the Pat Morita. How do you pronounce Morita or Moriata? Yeah, one of the two, but the late great Pat. Yeah, he has some weird humorous bits. I do like the old woman who sees Van Damme shagging the 2 women, and she also wants a piece of it. I think that was good comedy. That comedy worked for me, but there were a few hit and miss moments with the comedy. But overall, again, I do like that film a lot. Do consider it underrated. Number 19. Moving right along. I think I mentioned my score for this one, didn't I? Inferno, Desert Heat. Yeah, I give it a 6 once again. It has a 5.2 on IMDb. And the next one has a 4.8 on IMDb. And again, I give it a 6. And again, it's directed by Troy Hark, who directed Knockoff, my second least favorite Van Damme film. This one I do enjoy a hell of a lot better. It is the very, very, well, pretty much this one is a guilty pleasure. Like if of all the films that are here in the top 20, this is definitely my guilty pleasure one. It's Double Team from 1997. Also with Dennis Rodman and Mickey Rourke. I just love the heck out of this film. This is not a great film by any means, but this one again, I just have a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one. I always remember the Coliseum fight at the end with the tiger, with the landmines. This was one of the earlier films I saw as a kid of Van Damme. I always remember that bit. I just have a lot of fun with this one. Yes, it has very, very silly moments, especially during that Coliseum bit where with the explosion, we go into, we use the Coca-Cola vending machine to save us from the explosion and stuff like that. Kind of a predecessor to nuking the fridge from Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones Crystal Skull. It's silly, but I love it. I have a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of fun with Double Team. Scary Train Dude from Ghost. Yeah. Yeah, Double Team. Worked in a video store at the time. I remember Double Team being the top renter. Yes, I think it was very popular with the rentals. I'm not sure if that one was straight to video or not. Actually, was let's see. It says here when it's a straight to video one or not. No, Double Team released theatrically, according to IMDb anyway. Yeah, no, it's a popular one. Again, not everybody loves it, but again, I have the 88 films Blu-ray right here. Mickey Rourke, I always like seeing Mickey Rourke. I mean, this was in the phase though where Mickey Rourke, already messed up his face a little bit by this point, the late 90s. But no, I like this film. This one, I definitely dig this film way more than the other team up with Van Damme and the director of that film. Obviously Knockoff. I definitely strongly prefer it over Knockoff. Where Knockoff failed in pretty much every aspect for me, this one succeeds. But yeah, this one is a lot of fun. I cannot say the same for the next one. This next one is very dark, very grim, very, very gritty, very serious. And it has, in my opinion, one of Jean Claude Van Damme's best performances. For me anyway. This next one is from 2004, directed by Philippe Martinez. I give this one a 7. Now we're getting higher with the scores. It has a 5.5 on IMDb, which is too low, way too low. It is 2004's Wake of Death, which this is a very serious action crime film. Very grim, like I said, very dark, very gritty. This is, for my money, definitely one of the best Jean Claude Van Damme films. That's why it's right here at number 18. Very, very, within the top 20. I think this one is absolutely fantastic. Remember when I first saw this one, I was really impressed by Van Damme's performance. I'm not going to spoil too much for people who haven't seen it, but especially the scenes, after the inciting incident happens, let's say. And Van Damme has a very, very strong emotional scene. I think he does a pretty fucking good job in that one. Honestly, I do. Same as with the next one, the Wake of Death, and the next one I'm going to mention are kind of related. But here's my copy of Wake of Death. Not the greatest cover. The cover will probably put people off, but it is, like I said, a very, very good film. I really, really enjoyed the hell out of that one. Michael Myers guessed it correctly again. It was indeed Wake of Death, yes. Double Team and Knockoff feel like Hong Kong movies where the style and weirdness didn't really translate too well to Hollywood. Especially for Knockoff. I think Double Team succeeded on a personal level anyway. It succeeded a bit more, but Knockoff didn't really succeed too much. Yes, it was Wake of Death. Hey, Acres of Movies, thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you're all well. Let's see. I love Wake of Death, by far his best direct-to-video film. Yes, it is up there. There's a few that I like a bit more, but it's definitely, it's like, for Van Damme films, it's kind of like what Into the Sun and Pistol Whipped and Urban Justice is for Steven Seagal straight-to-video films. It is on that level. Yeah. Let's see, Wake of Death, Wake of Death. Yes, there it is, Wake of Death. Like I said, I give it a 7. This next one is from 2007. This one is directed by Simon Fellows, who again previously directed Second in Command, which was pretty low on my list. This one I enjoyed a hell of a lot more, even though this is also a pretty dark and gritty film. This next one also has the word death in the title, and after that we're going to have another film with the word death in the title. Van Damme has a lot of death films. Like Seagal has a lot of films with the word kill in it. Van Damme has a lot of films with the word death in it. But this next one is from 2007. It's Until Death. So we go from Wake of Death to Until Death. Yeah. This one, again, I think it's a really, really good performance by Van Damme. Van Damme plays a very, very nasty, despicable person in the first act of the film. Kind of like Harvey Keitel in The Bad Lieutenant, or Nicolas Cage in The Bad Lieutenant remake, but sort of Bad Lieutenant-esque, where he just is a cop who does drugs and just doesn't care about anyone. He fucks informants and stuff like that. He just doesn't give a shit. Then something happens. He gets put into a coma. He gets the hard to kill treatment, and after he awakens from the coma, he tries to better his life, and obviously it's also tries to get even, settle the score. Again, I think it's really good acting in there, especially when Van Damme gets out of the coma and he's sort of limping and he has a sort of speech impediment in the film. I think he plays that very well. Again, it's a more subdued Van Damme film performance, I will say. But Until Death, I really, really enjoyed. Let's see. I have to say, though, I prefer Dolph Lundgren films. I enjoy them more. He's also a better actor, but that's just me. I will probably tackle Dolph at some point as well. There's still a few of Dolph's films that I need to get. There's still a few that are available, so I want to get as much Dolph films in my collection as I can before I give him this treatment. But I do really love Dolph as well. On a personal level, I do really like Dolph. I don't know. I could have seen Van Damme in The Rock. But at that time, I think Van Damme would have been insistent on having a leading role instead of a supporting role. So it would have been cool, though. It would have been cool. Van Damme in anything would be cool. Not sure Van Damme would have been as willing as Todd to get involved. Well, there is that as well. There is that as well. I think Van Damme would have wanted to be the main baddie in The Rock. Yes, or that. He definitely would have wanted a more leading role instead of a supporting one. Some of Dolph's between 1988 and 1996 were awesome. They both started to fizzle around the same time. There's still a few like late 90s, early 2000 Dolph films that are also good as well, just like there are with JCVD. Dark Angel, yes. Man of War is fantastic. There's a lot. There's a lot. Even like Bridge and Dragon and Stormcatcher and the Sweepers, which is from the late 90s. Even like those films as well. Ideal Van Damme Seagal movie. I would have liked to have seen that Demolition Man concept that they had going around. Obviously, before Stallone and Wesley Snipes were involved. The original idea in Demolition Man was Steven Seagal versus Van Damme. Which, as much as I love Demolition Man as it is right now with Stallone and Snipes, that would have been something I would have liked to have seen for sure. I think that would have worked just as well, maybe. Flying CDs. Oh yeah, yeah, Flying CDs. Yes, that is in Dark Angel, indeed. Oh yeah, Until Death. I got the DVD for it, and I also got that on Blu-ray with, coincidentally, a Dolph Lundgren film on a double feature. Separate discs though. But yeah, I also got Until Death on Blu-ray, which comes with a Dolph Lundgren film, The Defender. Which again, once we get to Dolph Lundgren, once we give Dolph Lundgren the same treatment as this, we will definitely discuss that film and many more in more detail. However, next up is another film with the word death in it. Yeah, we've had Wake of Death and Until Death. Next up is a Peter Hyams film, which again I give a strong 7.5. Up to an 8 on the Van Damme scale. 1995, this was again in Van Damme's peak era. Probably his last big, huge movie that made a lot of money and stuff. It is 1995's Sudden Death at number 16. Again, I have to clarify, this is another film. When I first saw it, I didn't care too much for it. I was like, wow, like Die Hard in a ice hockey stadium. Like, how far can you go with the concept? Well, you can go even further, because there are some films, again, on Dolph Lundgren's side. Dolph Lundgren has a film where it's literally like a Die Hard in a high school. So you can definitely go further with that concept, with like where you're going to do a Die Hard film, in which setting. But at first, I don't know, at first I couldn't get on, but I do really love this film nowadays as I've matured. I really grown to love and appreciate that film a lot more. Sudden Death. It's still not perfect, obviously we still have a few films before we are in the top 10. But this one definitely, it's a great action film. It's a great action film. And Powers Booth, speaking of Van Damme baddies, Powers Booth is fantastic in Sudden Death as the villain. Here's my rather bland cover, but a nice little, again, media book, very thin one, from Germany. But yeah, Sudden Death. Again, I love it. I love it nowadays. There we go. Silent Trigger was the last Dolph one. I do like Silent Trigger a lot, yes, but there are a few after that I still like. So the front cover had a gun which looked bigger than he was. Yes, like a massive. I know the one. I think that's the cover I have on my Blu-ray actually. But I do like Silent Trigger. That would be interesting for sure. Or maybe Sly versus Van Damme, like Expendables 2. That would have also been cool. Yes. Yes, Sudden Death. Die Hard at a hockey game. Yes. Acres of Movies love Sudden Death. Yes, so do I. Rambo Raff always belabors that he thinks there are too many stuntmen in that ice and checking. He's very impressionable to what Fabio, Italian Stallion utters. Yes, I used to watch both of them, and not so much anymore. But something like The Specialist with Seagal. That's a good guy, and Van Damme is a baddie. The Specialist was almost a Steven Seagal film. That is true. The Specialist was almost a Steven Seagal vehicle. Yes, I like it the way it is with Stallone, because I don't think that shower scene would have been as cool if Seagal was in that shower scene with Sharon Stone. It would have been awkward because Sharon Stone did not get on with Seagal on Nico. So yeah, or Above the Law for the US viewers. However, number 15. What could be better than Sudden Death? Well, there's still a few to go. Number 15 is Jean Claude Van Damme's highest rated film on IMDb. The IMDb rating for this next film is a 7, which is the highest rating for all of them. It is a 2008 crime comedy drama directed by Marbrouk Al-Marshi. Yeah, can't pronounce it once again. I give this one again an 8 on the Van Damme scale. It's 2008's critically acclaimed as well. JCVD, the film that pretty much proved to all naysayers that yes, Jean-Claude Van Damme can act. And here's my DVD for it. I really like this film. It's of course it's in Flemish. No, it's not Flemish. It's French. It's a French film. French-speaking film. Takes place in Belgium, obviously. Kind of a dark day afternoon kind of situation where there's a bank heist and Van Damme gets involved and everybody thinks it's Van Damme, while the actual robbers sort of stay in the background, and Van Damme has to try to both stay alive and also try to prove his innocence and stuff, while also of course coping with being Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's a really good film where he plays himself. It's weird to explain the plot for it, but if you have seen it, you will probably know it's pretty damn fucking good. So yeah, JCVD from 2008. I think even at that time there was talk that Van Damme should have gotten an Oscar for that one, and to be honest, it is probably his best performance out of all of his films. I probably would agree with that, but again, 2008 was the same year that Heath Ledger absolutely killed it as the Joker in The Dark Knight, so stiff competition. But Van Damme, that's definitely Van Damme's highlight when it comes to acting. That's one thing for sure. To be fair, the fight he has with the big chicken is very double heavy, but it's cut very quick. I have noticed it a little bit, but yeah, it is quick cutting, so it's not all too obvious. It's not let's put it this way: it's not like A View to a Kill where you see Roger Moore stun doubled every 10 seconds. You know, let's put it that way. No worries. Yeah, I don't think Steve and Sharon got along. No, they did not. They did not. I've seen a speech, but haven't watched the rest of JCVD. Yeah, especially that speech. That's a highlight. Well, each to their own. Each to their own, obviously. There are many fans for it. But again, just like everything is subjective, so it's not for everyone. However, this next one, it's without doubt one of the best straight-to-video action films that Van Damme has done. This one is from 2012, directed once again by Ernie Barbarash, who also did Pound of Flesh and Assassination Games. This one is kind of Van Damme's Taken, in a way, because it deals with kidnapping and stuff. This one is 2012's 6 Bullets, which, ironically, that's the exact same cover that I have. Okay. 6 Bullets. I really like this one. When I first saw this, I had pretty low expectations, to be honest, because it was at that time where Van Damme had done a few disappointing films. Like Regeneration, for example. At that time, I thought Universal Soldier Regeneration was disappointing. Again, I like it more nowadays. But so I gave 6 Bullets a chance back in the day, and I ended up really, really loving it. Again, it's not a perfect film, it's not flawless, but one of the better Van Damme straight-to-video films, that's for sure. Obviously, we're getting very close to the top 10 now. This one is at number 14. So, yeah, 2012 for 6 Bullets. Larry likes JCVD. There you go. Favorite Van Damme villain? I would still say probably Chun-Li or Tang Po. And again, I like Powers Booth in Sudden Death. I like Dolph Lundgren as Andrew Scott in the first Unisol film. I like Lance Henriksen and Arnold Vosloo in Hard Target. There's a lot. There's a lot. He has some really obvious doubles in Double Team. There's a close-up shot of him coming up, shooting from a swimming pool where he looks like Christopher Lambert. Lambert, yeah. Yeah, Double Team. It does have a few. I do remember that. Yeah. Remember 6 Bullets being quite cool at the track. Yeah, for me, that's a really, really strong, good one. Watched that one not too recently, not too long ago. But, do you live near a church? Yes, you heard that correctly. There is literally across the street, like sort of diagonally across the street, there is a church. Yes, which I've grown used to it now since living here 2 years. But at the beginning, that damn fucking clock tower kept me awake. I can tell you that, but I've gotten used to it now. Thank God. My favorite Van Damme villain is actually Van Damme, which is a nice segue. Yeah, Raul Julia as well, by the way. Yes, Raul Julia would also make the list for sure in Street Fighter, which is a good segue because we just had 6 Bullets from 2012, which, by the way, let's just quickly give the rating for that one because I think I'm forgetting the rating for a lot of these films. But 6 points, yeah, 6 stars on IMDb. I give it a 7. This next one is also from 2012. Definitely the bigger film for Van Damme that year, and where he played the villain in an all-star cast in 2012's Expendables 2, where Jean Claude Van Damme played Jean Villain, or Villain, you know. Yes, Expendables 2, we talked about it last month when I did my Stallone ranking. I absolutely love Expendables 2. It's my favorite Expendables film. It has the best cast, it has the best action, has the best one-liners, the best sort of vibe going around the entire film. The first one was sort of dark and had like humorous moments. This one is like, we know what we are. We know what kind of film we are. We're not taking it serious, and the audience shouldn't either. It's inviting the audience to laugh along with them, and it's just a perfect tone, perfect film in the Expendables franchise for me. Van Damme is a great villain. So yeah, Van Damme in Expendables 2. Again, it's not necessarily his film, but for me, he was the guy that really stole the show in that one when I saw it in the cinema in 2012. I did see, that was my first Stallone film in the cinema in 2012, was the Expendables 2. What a great one. Yeah, I love Expendables 2. but Van Damme kind of stole the show. Although after that cinema screening, I kept thinking what he said in the film, because at one point he goes, "Don't challenge me." I swear to God, after the film was over, I was still thinking, what the hell did he say there? Like, don't what was supposed to be challenged, but yeah, it was supposed to be "Don't challenge me." But the way he said it, of course, with the accent, it yeah, was a bit weird. Don't challenge me. I'll touch on my favorite Van Damme role where he actually is the villain. I think just Van Damme villains in general, I think. Yeah, Fender is another great one. Yeah, Tong Po, definitely. Give me Tong Po! Yeah, those bells, they did drive me fucking nuts in the beginning, like I said. I've gotten used to it now. I like this symbol. This is the symbol of the goat, the pet of Satan. Oh, there you go. There you go. I've always been disappointed with every Expendables movie, so Expendables 2 would be low for me, though it is the closest one in the series to a decent film. Well, for me, like I said, 1 and 2 are the two best. 3 is okay. 4 is absolute fuck 4. That's my hey, Yam Yam's here. Yam Yam. Jeff Claude Van Bronson. My favorite JCVD film is by far Sudden Death, but Kickboxer is also nostalgic. Kickboxer is my favorite film soundtrack. Yes, I have the soundtrack for Kickboxer on CD, actually. I do like that soundtrack. We've already covered Sudden Death, but Kickboxer will be coming up, so yeah. Thanks for tuning in anyway, Yam Yam. Hey, Sophie is here. Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it has been ages, so yeah, thanks for tuning in. Always great to see you, or read you in this case. How are you doing, Sophie? We are doing well over here. Yeah, don't challenge me. Please don't rank Jason Statham films. He's shite. I don't think I've seen enough. So you're in luck there. You're in luck. I've only seen a handful. Not nearly as much that I could give him this treatment. So, and he's not one of my favorites anyway. I like him, don't love him. So, anyway, that was Expendables 2 from 2012. We are now getting very, very near the top 10, because this next one is number 12, a Ringo Lam film. I think it's the last Ringo Lam film we have left, from 2003. Again, more of a drama. It is Jean Claude Van Damme in prison. This is Van Damme's prison film. Stallone had lockup. Clint had escaped from Alcatraz. Seagal had half past that, but Van Damme has In Hell, which is another one. The first time I watched it, didn't love it. Watched it a few times more. Now I really do. Now I love it so much that it's now number 12 on my list. So there you go. That's how much opinions can change. But yeah, I like In Hell. I like In Hell. It's, again, Van Damme's acting performance is spot on that one for me. Very good acting performance. And I think it is the last straight-to-video film that we have now. No, there's one more. There's one more. Although I'm not 100% sure if the next one was straight-to-video or not, or maybe some territories it was theatrical. But this could very well be my favorite Jean Claude Van Damme straight-to-video film. So yeah. Oh wait, I skipped a few. There we go. Oh wait, another one that I skipped. Before we get to Sophie. Lockstock is a great. Yeah, I do like Lockstock. Yes, I do like that one. Not too bad. Been working extra hours lately, so not enough time to speak to anyone. Oh, that's okay, Sophie. Well, as long as you're doing well. As long as you're doing well, that's the most important thing. I don't think I could face an hour or two of Statham movies. Can't stand him. Well, seems to be a general consensus here in the chat. I have the Kickboxer soundtrack too. Often play when I train. Also, I find myself dancing to it. Feeling so good today. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Yeah, it is In Hell. In Hell is a good one. Yeah, it is. Well, almost the top 10. I will recommend you the top 5. You should watch those. You definitely watch my top 5. If you're not a fan after the top 5, then well, at least you tried. But ages since I've seen it though. I'm due for a rewatch myself as well, to be fair. Here's my Blu-ray of it, by the way. Again, the 88 films Blu-ray. So there you go. In Hell. Let's put that there. Ah, yes, that's the next one. Okay. Was waiting for this one. Really, really grim, but remember quite liking it. There you go. I think his wife and it was the same girl who played the hooker in Replicant. Ooh, you could be correct there. I actually do not know that for sure, but you could be correct there. There we go. Read that as I played the Van Damme music on a tray. Oh, on a tray. Okay, yeah, I got it. Anyway, last one before we get to the top 10. Number 11. Again, this one, I think it was straight to video in some territories and theatrical in some others. I think overall in the bigger markets, this one was straight to video. Although I could be wrong, so please correct me if I am. This next one has a 5.5 on IMDb. I give it a 6. Directed by Peter MacDonald, and it is 1998's Legionnaire, a film that not everybody likes. I do know that. I might be one of the only ones that rank this one as high as it is, but I don't know. This one, again, I've always liked, and again, Van Damme gives it another solid performance in this one. Showcasing his acting chops a bit more as well, just like with In Hell, just like with 6 Bullets, just like, of course, with JCVD, Until Death and Wake of Death. There's another one I will put in that bracket where it's Van Damme's acting is a big part of it, of why I like it. Also, you got a great, terrific supporting cast in this one as well. Like, any film that has Steven Berkoff in it is going to get my attention. I love that guy. But yeah, it's 1998's Legionnaire. Once again, there's the Blu-ray for it, the 88 films edition, with Steven Berkoff right there. You can't see him right, I think, but no, he's definitely there. Yeah, I like Legionnaire. Again, it's definitely not an action-packed film. We're not, everybody that comes into it expecting it to be a typical Van Damme punch him up, kick him up, or whatever. It's definitely not that. It's more of a drama. Van Damme is, he goes to the Foreign Legion. And it pretty much is a Foreign Legion film more than an action film. It's pretty much the majority of the film is Van Damme in the Foreign Legion, just trying to stay alive, just, being in there. But I like it a lot. I think it was written by Sheldon Lettich. I think they had the screenplay by Sheldon Lettich. It has the story and screenplay by Sheldon Lettich. Yes. So yeah, the guy that was behind Bloodsport and Double Impact and Lionheart, he was also in this one, or involved with that film. Death Warrant top 5 for me. We're gonna get there. Oh Christ, the Quest is top 10. Yes, it is. Looks like somebody has been narrowing it down. Legionnaire is really good. I want to pick up a copy. Yes, it is really good. I like it anyway. It is Michael, just deal with it. Another one that has been keeping score. Don't mind Legionnaire as a film, but feel like it was totally wrong for Van Damme. But yeah, Berkoff is awesome as always. Yes, I love Steven Berkoff. Yes, I love Wake of Death. We just mentioned that one a few picks ago, but I like that one. That was actually the scene I was referring to. Yeah, that was actually the scene I was referring to. That's a really great acting bit by Van Damme. Can't cope with the quets being so high. Most of these I've never heard of, I'll be honest. Have Legionnaire, not sure I've seen it, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, I like it. Again, not everybody does. But I do. I think Van Damme has a strong performance in that one. And again, whenever there is action in that film, it's pretty solid actually. It's well directed and stuff. Although the big massive letdown of Legionnaire, I will be that fair. The big massive letdown is the ending. It sort of is a pretty anticlimactic ending, and just poof, it ends. It's not really the greatest resolution. That's the only nitpick that I have for Legionnaire, really. That's why it's not in the top 10. That's probably what prevented it from being in the top 10 is the ending. Other than that, great film. But yeah, in the top 10, a film that it's not getting much love tonight, but I absolutely love it. And be glad it's at number 10 and not even higher. It is Jean Claude Van Damme's directorial debut. He has only directed one other film since, which hasn't been released yet. But that's better than Steven Seagal, who never directed since his directorial debut. It has a 5.6 on IMDb. This from 1996. I give this one 6.5 or even a 7. At number 10 is Jean Claude Van Damme and Roger Moore in The Quest. Yes, it is pretty much Bloodsport all over again, but then let's slow the pace down. You know, no 80s montages, no 80s soundtrack. Let's slow the pace down, try to make it a big epic thing, which I will agree, the Van Damme was going for epicness. That does fall flat on its face, I will admit that. But it has Van Damme, it has Dolph Lundgren, really? No, that would have been awesome. Roger Moore, my favorite James Bond. Roger Moore will always be my favorite Bond, so anything Roger is in, I will love. Here's the Blu-ray, by the way, 101 Films. I don't know, I think it's mostly just Roger Moore that really makes that film for me. The opening 20 minutes of the film is slow, you know, when Van Damme is being a clown and stuff. Yes, it doesn't really work too much, but once Roger Moore's character enters the film, I feel the film really gets some life injected into it. And then obviously, since Roger Moore appears in it, or from the point he does appear in it, let's say, that's where the film kicks off plot-wise as well, because then we get to the tournament, the fighting sequences and stuff. And I do actually like the villain in this one as well, the Mongolian fighter. Well, I think it's the same guy that plays Attila in AWOL or Lionheart, again, whichever title you prefer. And yes, there is. When the tournament happens, it's pretty much Bloodsport 2.0, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You know, I love Bloodsport anyway, so more of that. Yes, please. Legionnaire was another one that premiered on Sky TV in the UK along with Seagal's The Patriot. Yeah, I think that was the same year. And The Patriot was Seagal's first straight-to-video film. Only part of Wake of Death I remember being disappointed with was Van Damme and Yam not having a fight at the end. Yes, it was more of a shoot-'em-up, without spoiling too much, yeah. Heard of Legionnaire, but oddly enough, I've never seen it. I do recommend that one. That's... like I said, it's not for everyone, but I do recommend it. Van Damme is my favorite action star. I would say Bruce Lee, but not sure if he classes as an action star. Yeah, I would say more martial artist, right? Although Van Damme is a martial artist as well. I would say Bruce Lee is a better martial artist, but due to only doing 4 action films, if he is classed as one, Bruce Lee won't be. Okay, so Yam Yam is a fan of Van Damme and Bruce Lee, and yes, okay. Well, I definitely get that. I do like Bruce Lee as well. If I did a Bruce Lee ranking, that would be a short live stream. Yeah, he's only done a few films. Don't think Full Love or whatever it's called now is ever getting released. I hope it will be released because, yeah, I've been waiting since, 2010 for that one. It's gone through a few titles. Van Damme keeps saying he wants to release it, so, yeah. Fingers crossed. I would like to see it. I would like to give it a chance. Roger Moore is also the favorite Bond for Alucard, so we're definitely in agreement there. Not everybody agrees on that here. Usually it's Sean Connery. I do like Sean, but I prefer Roger. Can't bring myself to like The Quest. I've tried, but just no. Well, again, subjective. Each to their own. Sudden Death is basically Die Hard in a hockey rink, only better. I mean, no, it's not better. Die Hard is still better, but other than that, I mean, Van Damme is in it. Yes, it is Van Damme. It is Jean Claude, but no, Die Hard is still better for me. Even James Remar was less than stellar in it. I do agree that James Remar didn't have a lot to do in the film. I wish he would have had more to do, but yeah. Yes, Roger, we need more. That's actually pretty good. I was actually holding back the laugh, but that was actually pretty good. I'm sure Bruce would have gone on to greater things. Same with Brandon. Yes, Bruce Lee, that is, yes. Same with Brandon, indeed. I love Brandon Lee. I think a bad test screening for Full Love had a lot to do with its endless delays. Yes, at first it was the Eagle Path then Full Love, then Frenchie, then Soldiers, and now it's back to, I think, Full Love again. So yeah, that's Van Damme's second directorial film, by the way, for those wondering what me and Michael are talking about, which hasn't been released yet. I actually used to have all of Bruce Lee's childhood surviving films on bootleg DVD, but chucked them out last year due them ending up having disc rot. I luckily never had that. I got a knock on wood. Never had that happen, disc rot. So I did put them on USB so I can still see them. Ah, that's good. At least you still have a way of watching them. Anyway, the film that a lot of people don't like, at number 10. So let's move on. Number 9. This one was in Bob McCall's top 5, he said. This one is from 1990, although it was filmed in 89 and was supposed to be released in 89. One of the films I have on VHS right up there. It started out as a Canon film, but some other company took it over because Canon was definitely having the big financial struggles at this time. It is Death Warrant from 1990. Another Van Damme prison film, by the way. I forgot about this one. Van Damme has 2 prison films, Death Warrant and In Hell. I do really enjoy this one. This one feels like a Canon film, and the reason is, well, I just explained, it's because it basically is a Canon film that just got pulled from Canon and somebody else put a name on it. But even my tape up there, it has the Canon logo on it, so yeah. But that's because I think Canon owns theaters, and they had some distribution deals here in the Netherlands, so that's why I think the Canon logo's on that tape. But yeah, I like Death Warrant. Another great villain in The Sandman, Patrick Kilpatrick. Great fight scene at the end. It does always have some unintentional humor in the fight scene, not only because of the famous Van Damme thing, you know, when he goes in slow motion, does that, but in that one he says like, "Come on!" and then you see this wrench coming and it hits him in the face. I always laugh at that every time. It's sort of unintentionally funny, I would say, but yeah, I like Death Warrant. If you release this Full Love now, it will be like going back in time. Yes, because that was shot, you know, like 10 or 12 years ago. So yeah, it will be seeing Van a bit more younger again. But no, I like Death Warrants. Number 8 is another fan favorite. Before we do that, here's the Blu-ray of it, the German Blu-ray. So pay no attention to this long ass title. It is Death Warrant. Yeah, this one definitely feels like a Canon film, because it pretty much is a Canon film. It always has felt like a Canon film, so that makes sense. Oh shit, a few titles fell over there. Put it there. There we go. Let's see. Uncut version of The Big Boss, yeah. I have no idea which version I have, but yeah. Hey, speaking of which, here's a guy that knows a lot of stuff about Canon, so he can back up what I'm saying. Yeah, Canon owns like 70% of the theaters in the Netherlands back in. They were huge here. Yes. Excuse me. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Anyway, welcome, Ramon. Thanks for tuning in at a nice moment. As I was just talking about Canon and in the Netherlands and stuff. So, yeah, Patrick Kilpatrick is amazing, especially in the class of 1999. Yes, but I especially love him in as the Sandman. You can't kill me, Burke. I'm the Sandman. Yes. Hey, Ramon. Oh, another one we'll be getting to very soon. Because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits no problem. Class of 99 is awesome. Yes. That one's underrated. Class of 99 is such a fun film. It is. Yeah, I agree with that. Back and forth. Yeah. We're getting there, guys. Like my story, hopefully there's definitely a lot of Bruce Lee unseen footage out there. Found with the Final Death is one of the best things I've ever seen. Is that the Game of Death? Game of Death, I think. I'm guessing. Class 99 is great. There's an AI created Big Boss saw in the head scene. I'm thinking of doing an edit and putting that in there. That would be interesting to see. That would be interesting to see, yes. Mr. Blackstick Underwear. Look at him, a faggot. You of all people should know I would never in my life wear Blackstick underwear. Big surprise. Huge surprise. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's just go to another fan favorite, which is at number, where are we at now? 8, 9? Number 8. Number 8. This one is from 1990, the same year as Death Warrant, directed by Jean Claude. I think you all know which one is coming up, so let's just pull it up. It is the film with many titles. We have it here as Lionheart. I have it here as AWOL. I have a Dutch DVD of it that has the title Wrong Bet on it. And I think I also have a German copy of it somewhere that has the Leon title on it. So, but anyway, this is the film where Van Damme pretty much teamed up again with Jean Claude, and they pretty much did a quasi remake for the 90s of the Charles Bronson, James Coburn film Hard Times. It's Jean Claude has said that he was pretty much inspired by Hard Times with Charles Bronson and James Coburn, directed by Walter Hill, by the way. Although, of course, it's not exactly the same story. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see the influence. What can I say about it? I did a watch party on this one with Gareth a few years ago. I think it was one of our earlier ones that we did together. I love this one. I love it. You know, whatever title you want to give it, it's just a pretty damn good, amazing film. Great cast in that one as well, which none of them are mentioned on the back. So yeah, should have memorized it, but I didn't. But no, it has a good supporting cast as well. Lionheart, King of the Jungle. I like the black guy. I can't think of his name. Shoot. Somebody will mention it, I'm sure. Did I? Oh yeah, I think I missed before. Hey Sean, I'm gonna get there soon. Class 9 and Sal, much prefer 1984 to a Boston film. 84 isn't bad as well. I do like 99. We're ranking the Jean Claude Van Damme films that I've seen, which are 40, and we're now at we're in the top 10. We're at number 8. So I will do a quick recap in a minute before we get to number 1. I'm going to do a recap of everything. But you know that's what this is. It's a live ranking of Jean Claude Van Damme films. Again, of the 40 Van Damme films that I've seen anyway. Death Warrant, Lionheart. Okay, I know what number 7 is. So okay, nice. Number 7 is another fan favorite. I mean, now we're the top 10. These are all going to be fan favorites pretty much, except for The Quest. Mr. Perfection. Yeah, indeed. There you go. It's Van Damme movies. Indeed. Big Boss used to be censored to ribbons here in the UK, but then again, so did all of his movies. Yes. I think every ninja film was cut to bits in your country, wasn't it, in the UK? No nunchucks, no throwing stars, all that stuff was cut, right? Yes, the final game of death. I typed too quickly. No worries. Not as quick as Bruce Lee, though. Well, sadly, we never got to find out how quick he types. Or did he write a script? I don't know. Anyone who doesn't feel the impact, they are losers. Yes, feel the impact. The double impact. Van Damme is my number 1 favorite actor. He's not my number 1, but he's close. All right, I love Van Damme. When it comes to action stars, he's in the top 3, top 5. So yeah, I love Van Damme. It's on him, man. The whole bet's on Attila. Wrong bet. That's why I do like the Wrong Bet title, because the Wrong Bet actually makes sense. Well, then again, so does Lionheart, because that's what they keep calling him in the film. Yeah, and AWOL makes sense because he leaves the 4. Yeah, so all titles make sense. So yeah, it's a matter of which one you prefer, I guess. I've seen a really bad edit of the Saw scene, but the AI one probably is better. This is in regards to the Big Boss. Yes, Only the Strong. Another, yeah, like I said, that's another good film. Excuse me, my throat is getting dry, guys. I have to drink a bit. Well, yeah, I think that is a bit odd coming from Seagal, though, who never has any proven fighting matches anywhere, where Van Damme has full contact matches caught on tape. So that is big coming from Seagal, but We're gonna get there tomorrow when I do Seagal. AWOL is the only Van Damme film that made me cry. I gotta admit, it does tear me up when I watch the end as well. It does tear me up as well, that film. So yeah, that makes two of us. The Mandarin Big Boss Cut is the most complete version to be seen. Only downside is you can feel what's been out. Because the video quality changes the easiest spot. It's one of those things. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh wait, did I miss? Is that the guy in Lionheart? I think so. Robert. Yeah. Wrong Bad is top 5 for me from 1978. So I basically always loved JCVD, the martial arts, instead of the action star. Yes. Well, seeing as my top 2 will be his more martial artsy films, I guess so do I. Also, Lionheart has a young Ashley Johnson, aka Ali from The Last of Us. Yes, I was going to mention her. Yes, she. It is indeed that very same one. Yes, one of my favorite video games of all time, just like Red Dead Redemption 2. Joshua is the black. That's the character, but I was talking about the actor. But no, yeah, Joshua was definitely the character. You are correct there. Yeah. Correct. Sean is sharing his top 10. Yeah, by all means, guys, if you have a top 5 or anything, please share it in there. It would be good to see as we are approaching the top 5. Movies are Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Double Impact, Double Team, Knockoff, Street Fighter, The Quest, Hard Target, and Death Warrant. Seven of those are in my top 10, so I do prefer him over Seagal myself, but that's mostly because of how the careers went. Like, if I said the 90s, I would probably give the edge to Seagal. But, post 90s, I think Van Damme has made the better decisions and has, let's say, behaved better than the other one. So, especially, yeah. Again, Seagal will be a topic for tomorrow. Fun fact, Van Damme walks down the same hospital ramp in AWOL that LeBrock pushed Seagal down in Hard to Kill same year. That is correct. I do recognize that hospital when I watched it, yes. Van Damme way better than Seagal. Well, like I said, it's my opinion anyway, especially nowadays. Street Fighter made me cry too back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, it's an emotional one. Lionheart deserves an Oscar. I wouldn't go that far. But it's pretty damn fucking good. It's pretty damn good. I don't like to get caught up in the Seagal versus Van Damme stuff too much because I obviously like them both. Well, I like them both too, but it's obviously following their entire careers, one has proven to be better to me than the other. Let's put it that way. Van Damme, Jean Claude Van Damme, JCVD film. Yes, we have mentioned that one. That's a good one. That's one of his better performances for sure, or his best probably. A lot of people will say. Yes, that was his friend. Oh, and Death Warrant. Oh, there you go. Okay. Death Warrant. Yes. Hardly gets mentioned. Unfortunately, not in my top 10, but very underrated. Oh, that was JCVD. Yes, it did not make my top 10, but it came damn close. First 5 Seagal films were awesome. No one could take that away from him. Above the Law, Nico was sensational. Yes, Nico, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Out for Justice, my favorite. Under Siege, obviously. I like every Seagal film. I mean, I love every Seagal film. Until Fire Down Below. After that, it's like, dislike, hate, like it goes up and down after Fire Down Below for me. X and Wounds I still like though. That's probably the last decent one. Seagal never made any action films as good as Hard Target. Out for Justice comes close. I love Out for Justice. That's my favorite, but again, we'll be discussing that tomorrow. Under Siege, Tommy Lee Jones steals that film. He does, and Gary Busey as well. But yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, fantastic villain. And in that film, The Order is also a good one. Yes, we have mentioned The Order. Again, we're almost at the top 5, or are we at the top 5 now? No, we're almost there. I will do a quick recap in a minute. But we have mentioned The Order. Legionnaire is very good, very heartwarming, yes. Anyway, next up is another fan favorite, like I said. Sean is going to be happy that this one is as high as it is. Probably should be higher for Sean. But it is the first in this series. This one is from 1991 or 92. 92. Directed by Roland Emmerich. Has a 6.1 on IMDb. I give it a 7. It is the great. Oh wait, shit! I fucked that up again. Shit, I missed one. No, no, we're not doing Universal Soldier yet. That will be the next one. I read the list wrong. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you do it live. I can't edit this, unfortunately. No, next up at number 7 is another fan favorite. This is the highest grossing Jean Claude Van Damme film. Directed by Peter Hyams. 1994 is the year. Again, I gave it a 7 and it has a 5.9 IMDb. And number 7, instead of Universal Soldier, which I was going to reveal too soon, it is Time Cop. There's never enough time. I love Time Cop. Time Cop is number 7. So yeah, Sean is going to be happy because I think Sean said this should be, it's a top 5 for him. It's close to the top 5. It's not quite in there, but it made it pretty damn close. It is Time Cop. Time Cop is this next one. Half Past That is just for no, it's not. No, it's not. Far from it. Seagal had a pretty solid one from 88 to 97 when Van Damme had the occasional slip with, or dip with Black Eagle. Well, we don't really count Black Eagle. That's the same year as Bloodsport. He was still making ends meet at that time. Although Seagal had a great start. I mean, Seagal, with his first movie right out of the gates, was a star, right? With Nico, with Above the Law. Yeah. Van Damme had to do a few bit parts before he went on to, of course, do Bloodsport and stuff. So Seagal definitely had the better start. I will say that. I will say that. Wait, I forgot. I didn't read this one. Universal Soldier, Universal Soldier: The Return are great, but the last two are not as good as the first two. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Yes. Still own the X rental tapes of Nico, Out for Justice, and Mark for Death. I still have the tapes for Nico, Out for Justice, and the 2 Under Siege films, and also the Hard to Kill one as well. Not X rental though. Or are they? I actually don't know. No, I think they're purchased ones. Universal. Well, not yet. I fucked up there. I fucked up. It's Time Cop. Yes. Doesn't feel like there's enough numbers left to cram all the good ones in. Oh, you'll be surprised. Seagal would win in a fight. He would block everything from it and just take him out with his hands. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. No, I'm not gonna get into that. It is Time Cop. Yeah, it is a really good one. There's never enough time. I'm still kicking. I must be in Broadway. Yes, yeah, I love Time Cop. Never enough time to satisfy a woman. We're gonna get there soon as well. I do love Nowhere to Run. Actually, I've seen one I've seen. Sparks and Afraid with Just for the Hair. Yes, has a great little mullet thing going on. Not as great as Hard Target, but I will also agree there. Again, many people will know I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan, and usually when I am, it's in these sort of films where it's sci-fi actioners. It's more when it's combined with action. So, but I love this one. I love Time Cop. He would take out Van Damme with a billiard ball. Cheat. Well, yeah, that's the Out for Justice way. Yeah. Anybody seen Richie? Peter Hyams, great director, did Time Cop and Sudden Death. And son, John Hyams did Regeneration and Day of Reckoning. And I think there's also, was Enemies Closer? Was that also Peter Hyams or John Hyams film? One of the Hyams, anyway, from what I remember. You know that purse does look good on you. I actually haven't seen Black Eagle. I have not heard great things. That's why I haven't seen it. But I actually have not seen Black Eagle yet. So I can't judge on that. I can't judge if it's bad or not. I've heard it's pretty bad. So I could probably not make my top 75 sci-fi. Well, again, I'm not the biggest sci-fi guy in general, but I like it. It's good. Not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not the worst. I like it. It's decent. Yeah, Ron Silver, great bad guy indeed. Same America and occupy same space at the same time. We all know that. Counting on Monaco Forever being another one I have not seen. So yeah, another one I have not seen. I'm not the only one. There you go. I was correct. Enemies Closer was Peter Hyams. Yes, there you go. Why the hell is Hardcore called the Gorilla Boys on IMDb? Is it? I have alternate titles here on this list as well, but No, I just listed as hardcore. I have no idea. Well, that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. We're now in the top 10. And Time Cop, as a reminder, was number 7. Let's just go on to number 6 right now. Number 6 is the aforementioned Universal Soldier. I almost, fucked up and said this one was the 7. So, although to be honest, I could easily swap this with Time Cop any day because I love both of them so much. It's hard to take one over the other. I haven't shown my editions, by the way, for there we go, Time Cop and Universal Soldier. Yeah, what can I say? Universal Soldier. Almost wanted to say Sylvester Stallone because he worked with Dolph Lundgren. No, Jean Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren headlining the same film. Dolph Lundgren as the bad guy, Sergeant Andrew Scott. Van Damme as Luke Devereaux, and Ali Walker as I forget the character's name in that for her, but great action. The bus scene is one of the scenes that always stuck with me when I saw this film on TV as a kid. The bus chase scene in the Grand Canyon, I think it was. The ending fight scene always stuck with me in the rain. Very similar to the final fight in Cyborg. Not as awesome maybe as the Cyborg final fight, but still a pretty cool one. I do wish the final fight with Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren was a bit longer and a bit more, back and forth between both of them. It's just pretty much Dolph Lundgren kicking his ass for like 5 minutes, and then Van Damme is a very quick but good comeback, and then it's over. But no, Universal Soldier is amazing. It has a 6.1 IMDb, which is criminally low. I give this one a 7. I think the IMDb range should be more on the lines of a 7 as well. So yeah, Roland Emmerich directed it, and it's a pretty kick-ass film. So yeah, that's at number 6 is Universal Soldier. There you go. Wait, where were we? Oh yeah. Wonder why Black Eagle wasn't listed. To be fair, this other shite. Yes, I have heard that. Like I said, that's why I haven't watched it. That's another one I don't count. Like I said at the beginning of this, I don't count cameos or like voiceover work. So there will also be no Minions, no Kung Fu Panda films where Van Damme does voiceover work. So cameos or voiceover work and stuff in small roles are excluded. I do like Sho Kosugi's films, Prey of Death and Revenge of the Ninja, especially. So yeah, can't beat some 80s ninja films. So. Yam Yam's top 10. Sudden Death, number 1. Kickboxer, number 2. The Order, number 3. Derailed, number 4. That's interesting. Not everybody will agree there, but Nowhere 1, 5. Maximum Risk at 6. Hard Target at 7. Cyborg 8. Double Impact 9. Time Cop 10. Where's Bloodsport? Where's Bloodsport? Universal Soldier, hell yes. Yes, indeed. He had a small role in the movie Last Action Hero. Yes, that's another one. That's a cameo. I do love Last Action Hero, but I love that as a Schwarzenegger film, not as a Van Damme film. So, well, that's the spirit, soldier. I'm all ears. Here come the quotes again. Sho Kosugi's ninja flicks were amazing, which makes Black Eagle even bigger travesty. Yes, from what I've heard, it's like, how can you fuck up a film with Sho Kosugi and Jean Claude Van Damme in it? So, that's what I've heard anyway. So, apparently they fucked it up pretty badly. Kick ass and kiss ass. Somebody's probably, I don't know what this is referring to, but supermarket scene with Dolph is amazing comedy gold. Yes. Got one just like it, made out of noses. Yeah. Everybody loves this film, it seems. Universal Soldier in the great era for action films. It was. Oh, Universal Soldier: The Return in number 10, not Time Cop. Okay. It was. Where's the top 10 again? Oh, there you go. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. The score when Venom comes back again. That is epic, though. Yes, when he gets up and the flames are behind him and stuff, and when he ejects himself with the steroid thingy. Yes, that's another thing that doesn't count in this ranking. His little appearance in Friends. Now, Friends, I do like Friends. I have the entire series on Blu-ray, but I will not be counting the episode that he makes an appearance in. So, are you ready? It's memory clearance time. You should have taken your medication. That is true. Sudden Death is like Die Hard. It definitely has that going for it. Are we having fun yet? We are. with Bloodsport in top 20 is good, but not one of my favorites. Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. Assuming the real must be older than 12 for Bloodsport. Yeah. Well, again, to each their own. I will mention it in the recap. I like Cyborg. Don't love it as much as I did when I was a kid. It's dwindled for me a little bit as I've grown older. But yeah, Cyborg is cheesy fun. Ramon, I agree. It is fun. Black Eagle is basically a tourism video for Greece, sprinkled with the occasional lame action scene. Oh, yeah, that is not the best part of Cyborg though. In the flashbacks, yeah. The baddie in Cyborg used to scare the effing shit out of me as a kid. Yes, he is pretty frightening. Now I want to watch it too. So I'll have to wrap this up quickly. Let's breeze through the top 5. No worries, Sean. Thanks for tuning in. We will do a recap of the entire ranking in a bit. Tomorrow will be more fun. Well, depends on what you call fun. We'll be having fun with Seagal once we get to the top 10. Yeah. Cyborg flashback here. It's crazy. The whole opening of Universal Soldier, the Vietnam scene, was filmed on a golf course. Yes, which is it's crazy to think of. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have said that when I first saw the film, until somebody told me anyway. Yeah, no worries. No worries. We'll see you next time. Top 5. Before we do the top 5, a quick recap of everything so far. So we started this list with number 40, which was the abysmal Kickboxer Vengeance from 2016. Then we had Knockoff, which, yeah, again, I know this film has its fans, but I just did not get on with it at all. Then number 38, we had We Die Young. Black Water at 47. Second in Command at 46. These are all below average films. This one is where we get a little more higher, but this one would have been more higher if the film didn't try to fucking blind me. Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning at 45. 34 is Derailed. 33 is The Bouncer. Assassination Games at 32. Pound of Flesh at 41. This most recent film, Darkness of Man, at number 30. Maximum Risk at 29. Universal Soldier Regeneration at 28. Replicant at 27. The Shepherd Border Patrol at 26. Street Fighter at 25. Yes, it made it that high. Hardcore number 24. The Order at 23. Cyborg at 22. Universal Soldier Return at 21. Inferno, aka Desert Heat, at number 20. Double Team at 19. Wake of Death at 18. Until Death at 17. Sudden Death at 16, man. Van Damme has as much films with the word death in it as Seagal has with the word kill in it. You know, Van Damme has Kill Switch, Out for a Kill, Kill This, Kill That. You know. JCVD at 15. 6 Bullets at 14. Expendables 2 at 13. In Hell at 12. Legionnaire at 11. Controversially, it seems, The Quest at 10. Death Warrant at 9. Lionheart at 8. Type Cup at 7. Universal Soldier at 6, and we're all caught up. So right away, let's just go at number 5. This is one of the first Van Damme films I've ever seen, right after Bloodsport. It must have been after Bloodsport. And it was the first VHS tape we had. VHS tape was right up there. It is 1993's Nowhere to Run, with Jean Claude Van Damme, Rosanna Arquette, Ted Levine, Joss Ackland, Kieran Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's brother. Who I actually think for a child actor, I think he does a pretty good job in the film, by the way, I should add. Directed by Robert Harmon, the famous director known for the cult classic The Hitcher. I would definitely prefer The Hitcher over this one, but I do love this one. It's nostalgic for me because, again, this was one of the very early ones I saw. I give this one once again a 7. It has a 5.7 IMDb, which is way too low. There's a action, drama, romance, thriller film. I would give it more of the drama bracket. It's more of a drama and a bit of romance, I would say. Um, yeah, no, I love No Way to Run. Again, Rosanna Arquette made a good impression on me as a 7-year-old, or whatever I was at the time. Pretty much too young for this film, but yeah, here's the again 88 films Blu-ray of Nowhere to Run. Um, and I do also have that in that DVD pack right here. So again, not a film for everyone, but I've always loved Nowhere to Run. So let's see, let's catch up on some comments again. Um, I think the baddie in Cyborg was dubbed. He was dubbed, yes, because apparently his voice was not very imposing or threatening, so they did dub his voice. You are correct. I'm sorry, Sean. At least Time Cop is high. Time Cop is in the top 10. Cyborg Baddie was dubbed by Raymond Branscombe or whatever he's called, the big bad guy with the long hair and hard to kill. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Indeed, layers, Sean. Sudden death will be harder for Sean, yes. It would be for quite a few people. Also, blanks used to scare shit out of me as a kid in the Street Fighter film. Oh, yeah, Blanca, or whatever. Yeah, yeah. No, not Kickboxer. Kickboxer is a little higher. I like No Way to Run, yes. Strike free, you're out. Well, seems to be. So glad I'm not the only one. For a while, it seemed like it was just me that loved No Way to Run so much. So favorite No Way to Run scene, other than Rosanna Arquette and Van Damme in bed. Um, Probably the motorcycle chase scene. On the opening scene on the bus is pretty good. And the ending as well. It's another one of those endings where it does choke me up a bit when the kid is like, oh, please don't go and stuff. I like No Way to Run. Yeah, basic but Boston love it. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Clearly. Oh, Larry has this ranking. Look at this. Bloodsport number 1, Kickboxer number 2, Double Impact number 3, Unisol at number 4, Lionheart 5, Hard Target 6, Time Cop 7, JCVD at 8, Inhale at 9, and Street Fighter at 10. That's a pretty solid top 10, I would say. It's obviously not my top 10, that's a solid one. Although quite a few of them do appear in my top 10, so just in different orders. He's got an average penis. Yes, and I do like that line. That always gets a chuckle out of me. It's an unusual pick, Jeff. It's like a drama with 2 action scenes, and Sarah was very disappointed. Yeah, drama. It's drama when it came out. Well, like I said, for me, it was one of the first. So, yeah, I guess maybe that is a big factor of it. So, Rosanna has to be the top Van Damme lady co-star. I will say my favorite leading ladies and Van Damme films is definitely Rosanna's up there, and also Yancy Butler from Hard Target. I do like Yancy Butler. And I do also like Natasha. Yeah, yeah, Blanca, yeah. Would you watch an all Vega or all Blanca or all Balrog movie? Well, I never really had too much sort of nostalgia and stuff for Street Fighter myself. The only reason, well, I watched the movies because of Van Damme, to be honest. So, never really played the Street Fighter games. So, and I've not seen any other Street Fighter films. So, for me, I wouldn't necessarily watch it. Depends on who's in it. So, depends on who's in it. Kiwi movie this here. Good morning, because I think he is in New Zealand. Good morning, sir. The best Van Damme movie were Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Legionnaire, and Lionheart. Yeah, and pretty much except for Legionnaire, all those are in my top 10. So there you go. Species Gal, yeah, that's her. That's her. What's an ideal movie he should have made in his good era? I'll come back to that. There's not really. I pretty much like all the choices he did in the peak era, which is the 90s. So, and especially this one. I like that this one is different. This one is where Van Damme really did try to, flex his acting chops a bit more, starring in a drama. So, again, No Way to Run, I like it. I like it because it's different. Yeah, and fight with Buffalo Bill is pretty good, yes. Au revoir, fucker. Leon the Professional. Oh, Van Damme and Leon. Ooh, that is actually a pretty good idea. I mean, I love Jean Reno, but I think Jean Reno is perfect in that film. But Van Damme would be interesting. I would not mind it if Van Damme had done that film. So Legionnaire over Time Cop, nah. Well, Time Cop over Legionnaire for me, but yeah, I guess you know. I do know the Van Damme Street Fighter movie was the worst Street Fighter to come out in 1994. That seems to be the general consensus. There aren't a great many number of fans for them. The anime was great. I've not seen the anime either, so. Anyway, we're in the top 5. At number 4, we have another big one from 1991, directed by Shannon Ledich. I give this one an 8. It has a 5.6 on IMDb, which again, IMDb could go fuck off. It is the awesome Double Impact at number 4. I absolutely love Double Impact. Always love this one. I have the poster of it right there. And here's the Blu-ray. The poster that's hanging up there is from this edition, so there you go. I mean, 2 Van Dammes for the price of 1. You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. It's so well executed as well by Shannon Ledich. You have Bolo Young in there, back as a villain. You have Philip Chan. Who's the other guy again? Who plays Nigel Griffith. Can't think of his name, but the villains are pretty good in Double Impact, especially Bolo Young in that fight scene at the end with Bolo Young. It's not on the level of Bloodsport. Not even close. It's a bit too short, but it's still a pretty cool fight. Alana Shaw, I like her in. I like the female bodybuilder in. I can't think Corey Everson. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I like her in. I do wish the fight with her and Van Damme also would have been a bit longer, but it's just a kick-ass film, and you have so many great quotable lines and moments. You know, Mr. Blackstick Underwear and all that stuff. Mr. Blackstick Underwear. Go to Disneyland. You know, so many great lines, so many great moments. I love Double Impact. Absolutely freaking love it. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy. I have played a lot of Mortal Kombat games, especially the recent ones. So I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy. So I'll go with that one. Awesome theme song as well for Mortal Kombat, you know. Yamiam goes with Street Fighter though, mostly due to nostalgia and also cheesy fun fest. And as a kid, I thought the Honda the fat guy was Yokozuna from WWF. You have to check out the Street Fighter anime, Jeff. It's great. Okay. Well, I'm not the biggest anime guy, but I'm gonna give it a shot. This is Double Impact, I'm guessing. Okay. Mr. Blackstick Underwear. Want to see my kicks? I think I'd take Charles Bronson's The Street Fighter, aka Hard Times, over Van Damme, and Sonny Chivas. Well, Bronson's Street Fighter, I definitely know more as the Hard Times, but Hard Times is probably my favorite film that also has the Street Fighter name. So yeah, I will agree. Viva Chiba. Show me one spot on the floor without purchase. Well, they kind of blew their opportunity. Cynthia was in Darkness of Man for 30 seconds, but I wish she would have been in it more. She doesn't even properly share a screen with Van Damme. You can tell they're filmed on different days. They're not on the same set together, but I would like a good Rough Rock and Van Damme team up. Hopefully there's still time it could happen, but you never know. Hong Kong, Uncle Frankie, we got a business to run. What's he supposed to do? Make my dick bigger? Yeah, a small comment from me as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about the great Jeffrey Lewis. Yes, Clint Eastwood's buddy from the Every Which Way But Loose films. He was in a lot of Clint Eastwood films actually. Tango and Cash as well. I love Jeffrey Lewis, and he's great also in Double Impact. Oh yes, the Chinese girl says you look like Sean Connery, and he does it. Huh? What? Yeah. Been watching a couple of years. I stay work is finally informed me of how to chat and comment. Oh, okay. Awesome. No Mercedes, no cash. Hey, this is saw Defon finally first time last night. Awesome movie. Funny you should mention that. That's one of the films I watched this week. I watched it again. So yeah, that fun. Absolutely love it. Charles Bronson, Lee Marvin. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites. Favorite Jeffrey Lewis role. Ooh, I like him a lot as the villain in High Plains Drifter with Clint. I also like him in the Every Which Way But Loose films. And in this one, he's a lot of great ones. I also like him in the guest spot that he had on the A-Team. Actually, he had 2 guest roles in the A-Team on 2 different episodes. No Retreat, No Surrender 2. Yes, that almost happened, and that would have probably been awesome because Van Damme would have played the role that Matthias Hughes played, the Russian colonel. Although Matthias, I think, is more of an opposing villain, definitely, than Van Damme. Could have worked. Which twin are you more like? Well, if you catch me on a bad day, I'm definitely Alex, but I try to be more like Chad, so yeah. Here come the clocks again, ladies and gents. Van Damme has probably played duplicates of himself more than anyone. He didn't. Well, I would argue Eddie Murphy as, well, duplicates of multiple roles, because I think Eddie Murphy might win that one. Replicant, Double Impact, Maximum Risk. Yes, it's crazy when you think about it. And also the awesome Amazon show that sadly got cancelled. Jean Claude Van Johnson, which I actually enjoyed that show. Yes, Matthias Hughes, indeed. I do prefer the Mortal Kombat games over the Street Fighter games, but prefer the Street Fighter film over the Mortal Kombat films. Yeah, pretty ironic. Oh yeah, here's my old German Blu-ray of Double Impact, by the way. I got that, so I have 2 copies of it. Can never have enough Double Impact. So this is 4 times the impact, so quadruple impact when you have 2 copies of it. There is technically 2 of them in Time Cube as well, yes. Anyway, that's number 4 is Double Impact. Ooh, number 3, let's get here. You know, everybody knows this one. I don't need to go into the details. It's 1994, 93. Let me just quickly check on the year. Don't want to mess the year up. 93. John Woo's first Hollywood film. My number 3 is the awesome action classic Hard Target with Jean Claude Van Damme, obviously, Yancey Butler, Lance Henriksen, Arnold Vosloo, whatever you pronounce it, Wilford Brimley, Wilford Diabetes Brimley, set in New Orleans. Jesus, I freaking love this film. This is the action film with Van Damme I could watch any day. You can literally wake me up in the middle of the night to watch this one. I will do it. Has a 6.2 on IMDb, which is criminally underrated. I give this one an 8 on the Van Damme scale. It's again John Woo. It's fantastic action, fantastic direction and stuff. And again, another fantastic villain. Lance Henriksen and Arnold Vosloo. Perfection. Hard Target is like perfection for me. It's like when it comes to 90s action films, it's right up there. It's one of my favorite. It's not only one of my favorite Van Damme films. It's one of my favorite action films. Period. It's Hard Target. That's how much I love Hard Target. So yeah, I can't praise this one enough. Hopefully soon I'll get to do a watch party on this one. It's definitely one I would love to do a watch party on. Because any excuse to watch Hard Target is a good excuse for me. So yeah, freaking love it. Freaking love it. He did do the twin thing in The Perfect Weapon, which is a plot twist on that one, but yeah. The thing is, when Van Damme is playing twins, it's like cool because it's Van Damme. When Seagal is doing a twin thing, it's like, oh my god, he's multiplying, run! Hard Target number 2 on my list. So Ramon says, Saw and Fierce. Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. I wish I did. Oh, wait a minute, this is 1993? Why has this one not been released for an anniversary or re-released for an anniversary? Come on, I want to see this on the big screen as well. I saw Wilford Brimley at a convention once, and he gave me a slice of lemon meringue pie. It probably was too sweet, too many sugar for him, too much sugar for him with diabetes. That's awesome though, Wilford Brimley. I like Wilford Brimley. He's one of my favorite sort of character actors. Whenever he pops up, it's always good to see him. Not long ago we watched this good one. Time Cop Hair still better. I prefer the hard target mullet. And again, can't have enough hard target. Have the 4K collector set right here. There you go. Steelbook. There you go. Sadly, this comes with Hard Target 2 with Scott Adkins, which I still haven't seen yet because fuck off. And here's my other Blu-ray copy of it. Again, you can never have enough of the great Van Damme films. Yes, number 2 and number 1, obviously, I think you all know what is coming, but let's just go through a few more comments quickly. Thanks for the fun Van Damme ranking live streams. Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Now I finally know your name as well. Thank you, Stacy, for tuning in. Thank you for the great questions and comments. Yancy Butler and Hard Target has such gorgeous eyes. Yes, it's mostly the eyes with her. She has very nice eyes. Imagine the demand if they ever release Hard Target Uncut. I would be first in line. I would be first in line for that. Christina Aguilera with her assless chaps would have been good in a Van Damme film. Yeah, maybe. I have not. No, sadly, I've not been outside of Europe. Myself, I'm from the Netherlands. I've not traveled outside of Europe. So one day, I'll probably avoid the bayous. I don't want to get eaten by alligators, so I'll probably avoid the bayous. But New Orleans would definitely be one of the destinations I would like to visit when I'm stateside. You should do a double bill stream, Jeff. Hard Target plus surviving the game. That would be a good double bill. Yes, I will think about that. I will consider that. I will think about it. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow we'll. Yes, I own every Seagal film that he has a main role in. I do not own a film like Clementine where he's in it for 2 minutes. I do not own China Salesman where he's in it for a few minutes. I have seen both of those travesties, sadly. I've seen every Seagal film. Other than that, all main starring Seagal films, yes, I have all of them. But not My Giant, because that's a cameo once again. So cameos and small roles, those are excluded. But main starring roles, yes, I own all of them. I am that crazy, yes. Wilford Brimley trying to spread the beatus by giving out the delicious pie. I do like My Giant. I actually have seen My Giant, so yeah. Childhood nostalgia, but I can't stand Steven Seagal. Well, probably better if you don't tune in tomorrow then. Do you like Wilford? Yes, I do. As Uncle DeVay. Yes, he has some great lines and great comedic moments. I love Wilford Brimley when he pops up in Hard Target. Yes, I definitely do. Brimley was like 20 years old in The Thing, just in the 80s. Yes, and he always looked old. But great face, great character actor. Hard Target 2 is actually pretty good in all honesty. Also, Scott Adkins is from my neck of the woods in the West Midlands. Yeah, I will watch it probably one day, but I mean, just because this one is such a favorite of mine, Hard Target, it's why would you do a Hard Target 2, and especially if you're not going to do it with Van Damme or John Woo involved, Ooh, get off my channel. Everyone who hates me for this, but actually enjoys surviving the game of touch one a Hard Target. I think a lot of people would disagree, but that's okay. There is a much harder, longer version of it somewhere. There's work prints and stuff. People have seen work prints. Work prints have been floating around on the internet. Originally, the original cut was very hard, very brutal, even more brutal than the film is now. It was actually they were going to give it an NC-17 rating, which obviously is like, you can't release a film like that because nobody in their teens or whatever is going to be able to see it. It's like, the equivalent of like an X-rated film or whatever. So they had to do some trims to get it to an R rating or a 15 rating in the UK, I guess, or an 18 in the UK. So yeah, they had to do some trims to get it to an 18. So yeah, not in person. One day. That's actually something that we're going to be planning very, very soon, maybe. I mean, the UK is only like what, 2-hour plane flight from here, so that will definitely be something in the future. Me coming to the UK. I think it was. I think it's been a while since I've seen him. I think that was Billy Crystal. Yes, I think that was Billy Crystal. I have My Giant and Noose movie. I don't know why is there kind of crap. Same with Clementine and China Salesman. I'm a complete loser. Okay, yeah, I'm not that crazy. So I mean, I've all of the starring ones, but I don't have the cameo films. So yeah, you have me beaten there then. Before I go to the next few comments, let's just do the top two. Everybody knows what two films are left. All right. So we can wrap this up. I can go for a smoke because it's been freaking 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes since I last had my cigarette, because I last had a cigarette before I went live. So number two is 1988's epic martial arts tournament classic, Bloodsport. Van Damme is Frank Dukes. No, he's Dukes. Gotcha. I put up your Dukes, right? Has a 6.8 IMDb. I give it an 8 on the Van Damme scale. Directed by Newt Arnold. Written by Shannon Lettich. David Worf did the cinematography. Kumite. I know everybody's going to hit us with the quotes, but Bloodsport, love it. Here's my 4K media book of it. Yes, Bloodsport. I had to get this 4K once they announced it. I just had to. I still am yet to get a 4K of my number one, which this one is now out on 4K, I think since last month or whatever. Number one, no surprise to anyone that knows me. Although it is always between Bloodsport and this one for number one. It's always that tough, they're both very close. But number one at this moment is 1989's Kickboxer. This is my favorite Van Damme film. This is my Blu-ray of it. I will get the 4K of it, which I think Lionsgate released that last month or whatever. I will get this on 4K, but yeah, love Kickboxer. So yeah, that's Bloodsport and Kickboxer. It's like it's so close. They're always struggling to come out on top, but right now, Kickboxer came out on top. So yes. So when it comes to just straight up action films, it's hard target for me. When it comes to martial arts films, it's always a toss up, obviously, between Bloodsport and Kickboxer. But yeah, Kickboxer, great soundtrack. As Yam Yam pointed out earlier, I do own the soundtrack. I wish I owned the soundtrack for Bloodsport, actually. It luckily is on Spotify, so I get to listen to it. But I would like it on CD. But no, fantastic soundtrack. Seen it countless of times, but all of these films actually in the top 5. Like Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Double Impact, Hard Target, Nowhere to Run. All these films I've seen so many times. Like you wouldn't believe it. Probably more than any sane person should. And The Firm, what was The Firm? The Firm. I can't scroll back far enough. I will get back to that then if I can scroll back later. A Dutch beef meat treat to recommend. Oh wait, I think, yeah, there you go. Ramon already answered that for me. I would agree. All Dutch deep fried snacks, they're pretty fucking good. They are. Hard Target 2 was horrendous. Same with what it was in, yeah, Welcome to Sudden Death. Yeah, they also did a sequel to that, which I don't get why they do these sequels to films that don't really need sequels. I mean, I get why, money, but still. Rutger Hauer? I think that's Rutger Hauer, isn't it? But yeah, that would be a good ranking. There's still a few of his that I need to see though. But Hard Target was Annihilate for R rating. Cyborg and Double Impact were trimmed too. Yes, that is very sad but true. They're still awesome. But definitely would not mind seeing the harder uncut versions, especially of Hard Target. Yeah, did a little cameo, My Giant. Probably as you will zoom far down below, they both have Vegas scenes. Yes, I think it is the same year, actually, the same time period. I might call him Rutger Hauer from every time from now on. Bloodsport is Ramon's number one. He's seen it at least 50 times. Well, I think I've got that double. But yeah, no, I love it. Absolutely freaking love it. There's clips of the work print on YouTube. Yes, if you want more information, I definitely recommend Oliver Harper's channel. Oliver Harper has done a great retrospective on Hard Target, and he discusses the work print and stuff, and he shows They showed a few clips and so forth. You lucky git. I would love the Bloodsport CD. They re-released that a few years ago, but it went, out of print like crazy, so it's hard to get now. Bloodsport on vinyl is still a solid soundtrack. It is. Yes. Stan Bush, Paul Herzog, you can't go wrong with that combination. That's one of the reasons why I really love The Last Kumite, because it was Paul Herzog once again and Stan Bush songs. So I would generally struggle to choose a number one. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, tomorrow I might say Bloodsport is number one. So yeah, that's how much of a close race it is. Watch Kickboxer a while back, good, but was waiting for the dipping hands in glass scene. Obviously, didn't happen. Well, they do that a bit, but not the Hot Shots way. Yeah, not the Hot Shots way. Hard Target 2 was trash. There you go. So yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. I think I'd have to choose Cyborg. It's definitely the one I come back to the most. Weirdest, most Pion films I watch are crap. We'll be discussing one of those tomorrow, as Pion has also directed a Steven Seagal film. So random, I know you can speak German. Yes, I can. Wondering if you heard of a yodel singer called Franzel Lang. He's one of my favorite singers. I also like German music and yodel music. I do not actually. I've never heard of him. Not too familiar with the German yodel music. Too much anyway. Top Van Damme film, Time Cop or Universal Soldier is what Sparkstron says. For the diner scene, great fighting and eating, that little sigh and smile. Yes, it does crack me up as well. It's really good comedy in that one. Great comedic moment. Kind of like Nemesis and with Olivier Gruner. Another Pion flick, kind of like it's a Sword and the Sorcerer. I gotta be honest, I have to catch up on a few of the Pion films. I mean, a lot of them that he did were, yeah, pretty, B level, C level films. But I mean, I like Cyborg, so I definitely have to check out more of the man's work. So hardly any Seagal movies got sequels. That is true. Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Cyborg, Unisol all got loads. Yes, there's no Hard to Kill 2, there's no Nico 2, there's no Out for Justice 2. So Van Damme definitely has more sequel potential than Seagal. His scores for Bloodsport and Kickboxer have a lot to do with their awesomeness. Yes, they do. Definitely. The Kickboxer soundtrack is my all-time favorite soundtrack, with my second being The Wrestler, then The Revenant, then The Untouchables, and Rocky IV, all great ones. Along those lines, if we're talking about soundtracks, more upbeat and stuff, not sort of traditional orchestral soundtracks. Obviously, if we go for that, I'm going to say Ennio Morricone has my top spots, all over the place. But if we go for with actual music, with actual songs, with lyrics and stuff, with pop songs on the soundtrack and stuff, yes, I will definitely have Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Rocky IV. They will definitely be some of my favorites. Scarface has a fantastic soundtrack, Push It to the Limit and stuff. Yeah. However, if we go for the traditional orchestral instrumental soundtracks, it's Ennio Morricone all day for me. Good, the Bad, the Ugly and stuff, and Once Upon a Time in the West. Nemesis is good. Pion's Kickboxer sequels. Yes, I forgot he did actually. The sequel, one of the sequels or a few, but yeah, I forgot he was involved with the Kickboxer sequels. I have not seen that one either, so I'll have to track that one down. The Sword and the Sorcerer. Yeah. Prefer Nemesis 2 with the gorgeous Sue Price. She's also jacked but hot. Michael Myers knows what I'm talking about. Ticker. That is the film that Albert Pion directed, that Steven Seagal is in, with Tom Sizemore and Dennis Hopper, believe it or not, in that film. That sounds more awesome than it actually is. Although, not the worst Seagal film. There are many films I would put lower, so at least it has that going for it. If Van Damme would have accepted the role, would he have been good as the Grant Hasselhoff role in True Lies? Grant Hasselhoff? Blanking on who Grant Hasselhoff is, but True Lies, I mean, Grant Hasselhoff? That doesn't ring any bell at all. Um, no, True Lies. True Lies is definitely Arnie's film. Definitely Arnold. That film, it's Arnold, Tom Arnold, Schwarzenegger, and Tom Arnold, the two Arnolds. Tia Carrere. That film is pretty much perfectly cast as it is, if you ask me. Jamie Lee Curtis, obviously. So yeah, true. I could not see Van Damme and True Lies in any capacity. Um, Own a Dutch DVD. It's not fantastic fantasy film, but worth a watch. Saw it when I was a kid. Oh, there you go. There's the answer. It's Kickboxer 2 and 4 that he directed. There you go. I I was expecting it to be more crappier than I actually found, you know, that it was. So I mean, I liked it more than I was thinking I was going to. Yeah, but not great by any means. Ugh. There we go. And after 3 hours, it's fucking time for a cigarette. You see the sacrifices I make for you guys? All in the name of entertainment. But yeah, Taker, it's okay. Tom Arnold and Hasselhoff is the one. Oh, the other guy in the team. Okay, I now know which one. But yes, no, still, I couldn't see Van Damme in that film. Taker is a disgrace. Though I'd love to see Pion's director's cut, a producer's cut, which apparently did the rounds. I have heard that as well. Same with Slinger with Cyborg. I don't own Kickboxer 4. I haven't seen it in a, don't or do. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Is there a new action star on Rise? Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I can't see Van Damme in that film. Oh, yeah. Maybe him. Yeah, maybe Rico. Yeah. Rico Verhoeven. Well, as it's been 3 hours since my last one, I might as well smoke one right after this one. But yeah. He wants to become an action star. He has the physique and charm to pull it off. Yeah, maybe. I can see it. I would give him a shot if he did an action film. When I watch Seagal or Van Damme movies, I get a bit too pumped up. I always get pumped when I, especially with a Van Damme film. Maybe. Oh, in regards to Rico, yes. I have Ticker alternate cut. Oh, you have to share that with us. That would be awesome to see. Total car crash is riddled with stock footage. It is a lot of stock footage in that one. That is true. Underrated. Underrated is what I say for Van Damme as an actor. JCVD has a fantastic performance. He does a solid job acting in Lionheart. That was the first one I think where he truly tried to, I think Sean Laddish really knew what to do with Van Damme when it comes to acting. Wake of Death is a good performance. Until Death is a great performance. I think he's very, very underrated as an actor, to be honest. Many scenes of him when his acting is absolutely top notch. Yes, I agree. I think that's good too, well, especially if you haven't had one for a bit. Kickbox was quite fun, even though the hideous makeup job and tongue pole makes him look like a burn victim. Yeah, but the Kickboxer sequels, they really they don't get it right with the especially that one. He already did a movie. Okay. I've seen it, not very good, but not bad for some people. I will have to give it a shot then. I will have to give it a shot. To get some nicotine patches for long streams. Just don't smoke in the patch. Well, usually I do an intermission in between these at the halfway mark, but I forgot to do so. So it's pretty much my fault that I had to wait so long for a cigarette. Favorite Gary Daniels movies? To be honest, haven't seen too many of them, to be fair. So I think he is in one with Dolph that I actually picked up this month, Retrograde. So I can't think of too many artists. Don't think I've seen too much of Gary Daniels, to be honest. Will be probably one I will dig into in the future. We'll watch Ticker in the near future, Michael. Thanks. Yeah, like I said, it's not terrible. It's not the worst Seagal film by any means, but Fist of the North Star. I've not seen that one. So remember Riot with Daniels having good action scenes. I've not seen that either, so you guys are just giving me ideas. That's awesome. Fist of the North Star, Riot. I'll have to jot those down. There's some more. City Hunter with Jackie Chan contains the best Street Fighter 2 adaptation ever. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Have you seen Van Damme's daughter act? Does she do good action scenes? She is in a few films with Van Damme. I think she's in 6 Bullets. She's in a few. She's okay, you know. Could definitely tell it's, you know, she's not an experienced actress. Let's put it that way. Oh wait, I didn't read the rest of that. Seagal's daughter, I'm not sure on. Maybe they can team up, yes, but I've not actually seen Seagal's daughter. Not that I can think of at this moment. JCVD reminds me of Stallone acting wise. Well, I wouldn't go that far. You know, Stallone is an Oscar-nominated actor, so I wouldn't go that far. But Stallone does also get overlooked. I will agree there. 3 is just muscle guys, but both of them, yes, especially Stallone. I will definitely put Stallone higher for myself, but I can see the comparison. Is Fist of the North Star the one that had Chris Penn in it? I do like Chris Penn, so. Yes, Submerged. I forgot about Submerged. Oh, tomorrow. I will talk about it tomorrow. I hate it, but tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, so, okay, then I have seen a Gary Daniels film. First martial artist actor I was introduced to, the first ever action martial arts film I ever. Cock Harvest? Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, okay, Cold Harvest. That makes sense. So White Lies, Recall, Deadly Target with Gary Daniels. All watchable, but I'm not a big fan. Okay. Yes, yeah, the Patriot. That's right. Yeah, she knocks on his office door. I think I do remember that actually. I'm excited for Seagal's ranking too. This is great. Well, I'm excited. I'm also what's the word? I'm looking forward to doing it, but I'm also like, because I love Seagal in the 90s, but after that is, but we're gonna get there. There's still a few here and there that I like, obviously post 2000, but the list is short on the films that I like there. So yeah. Firepower, which had Chad McQueen, his son in it. Okay. We're the only smokers in here, Jeff. Acres of Movies said she smokes, so. Yeah, maybe that's the word I was looking for. Apprehensive a little bit. Yeah. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. It was an honor to see some of these in the cinema. Oh, I wish. I mean, I think the only time I've seen Van Damme in the cinema is an Expendables 2. Yeah, Expendables 2 is the only time I've seen Van Damme on the big screen so far. Would definitely have to change that. It's time that they re-release Bloodsport or Kickboxer on the big screen. Or Hard Target. Or Double Impact. Hell, I would even see Nowhere to Run on the big screen. I mean, obviously I would because I like it, but yeah. Anyway, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. I just had a smoke and I'm bursting for a piss, as Carlos always so eloquently puts it after we do a stream. So I think it's about time to wrap this up. Just gonna go through the last few comments. Anyway, so yeah, that was my list. I'm just gonna read the list again. as a final recap. So bottom of the barrel, Kickboxer Vengeance at number 40, Knockoff at 39, We Die Young at 48, Blackwater at 47, Second in Command at 46, Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning at 45, Derailed at 34, The Bouncer at 33, Assassination Games at 32, Pound of Flesh at 31, Darkness of Man at number 30, Maximum Risk at 29, Universal Soldier Regeneration at 28, Replicant at 27, The Shepherd Border Patrol at 26, Street Fighter at 25, The Hardcore at 24, The Order at 23, Cyborg at 22, Universal Soldier Return at 21, Inferno aka Desert Heat at number 20, Double Team at 19, Wake of Death number 18, Until Death number 17, Sudden Death at 16, JCVD at 15, Six Bullets at 14, Expendables 2 at 13, In Hell at 12, Legionnaire at 11, there goes the clock again, Legionnaire at 11, The Quest at 10, Death Warrant number 9, Lionheart number 8, aka AWOL, you guys know the drill. Time Cup number 7, Universal Soldier number 6, Nowhere to Run number 5, Double Impact number 4, Hard Target number 3, Bloodsport number 2, and number 1, Kickboxer. There you go. And in my opinion, 40 films. That's, like I said, there's still a few I need to get, but not too bad. Not too bad. Tomorrow for Seagal, I think we have 45 films, so we have 5 more for Seagal tomorrow. Firepower as the Ultimate Warrior and Jim Halleck. Ah, okay, awesome. No way my favorite Seagal movie will be the same one. Well, this is not a spoiler, but my number 1 Seagal film has been and always will be Out for Justice. So that is always my number 1. I've said that so many times. I think people want to, so that's not going to be a spoiler for the list. But I'll not smoke for several months, then smoke 2 in a row for a couple of days, then stop again. Oh, well, that's a good way of doing it, I guess. Better than, constantly smoking. I wish I could quit, but used to smoke the devil's lettuce, now vape to get the nicotine hit. Not sure which is worse. I've tried vaping as well, but at the end I still go back to the old cigarettes. So that was the bathroom. I don't smoke here in the movie room because of the movie posters and the action figures, so I smoke in a room where the window is a bit open so the smoke can go out. And I don't want to have nicotine on my action figures and posters and stuff. So, and on the DVDs and the movies that I have here. So that's why I don't smoke here in the movie room. Yeah, Expendables 2 is the only one I saw in a theater. He was pretty much into straight-to-video time at that time. Yeah, that's the same for me. I mean, again, I'm a baby. I was born in 1997. I'm 27 years old. Although in 2 weeks' time, on February 2nd, I will turn 28. So, but yeah, devil's lettuce. Yes. Well, I will go. I will go soon. I will go soon. I got a strong bladder. Like I said, I'm still young. Wow, this is incredible. Some of my rankings are similar. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Go back to the point where I said that, but Maximum Risk just never did much for me. Like I said, I still like it, but not that much. Yeah, again, films where he's not really too big in, like Dragon Eyes, like UFO or whatever, Alien Uprising, whatever film is called, Swelter, like cameo roles and voiceover work, did not make the list. The Ultimate Warrior. That was Steven Seagal tomorrow. Steven Seagal. Again, I'm both excited and apprehensive about it. Good night, Bob McCall, indeed. Max Morris had a cool trailer with music from the Prodigy, but the movie was so okay. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. It was disappointing to me as well. Maximum Risk with the Prodigy music would be my number 1 favorite Van Damme trailer. It's awesome. Okay, I actually have not seen the trailer, so we'll have to check that out. I'll join the series and Gal ranking when you arrive at your top 10. Yes, that's probably for the best. I was born in 1996. I'm a little older than you. A little bit. little bit. My daughter's birthday is also awesome. Yes, February 2nd, Aquarius. Yes, always nice people. Oh wow, I didn't know your age, but should have thought. I remember saying you saw Scarface after you played the game. Yeah, I was 11 when I saw Scarface. That was the film that made me a huge movie fan. Well, the movie fan that you see today, basically. So I was born in '81. I'm basically older than Van Damme's entire filmography. Yes, but still not old enough that you could have seen Bloodsport or Kickboxer and stuff in the cinema, so I get it. I've only seen a handful of Jean Claude Van Damme and Seagal films, and I'm 51, so fair play for seeing through all that. Especially Seagal. Especially Seagal. Thank you, Larry. Great ranking. Was fun tuning in, hanging out with all you gents. Yes, this was a lot of fun. As a bigger surprise, obviously tomorrow will be Seagal. Friday I will do every Arnold Schwarzenegger film that I've seen. Next week I don't have my schedule for next week yet, but once I do, I will schedule in the Clint Eastwood ranking of all the Clint Eastwood films from 1964 to 2021, all the starring ones. And I will also, as another special surprise for all you lovely people, I will do watch parties of like the worst films or the least favorite films of these actors. Now for Van Damme, I'm not gonna do Kickboxer Vengeance, because fuck that shit. For Van Damme, I'm going to do a watch party of Knockoff. For Seagal, I'm going to do a watch party of my least favorite Seagal film, and that's going to be... Michael Myers will know which one it is, but to be announced. And same for Arnold, I would do one of my least favorite Arnold films as a watch party, so you guys will see me suffer as well. Thank you for tuning in, Ramon. And yes, maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Echoes of the Past, Para History. Hello from Canada, new subscriber. Oh, thank you so much, and welcome. As we are wrapping up, but welcome, welcome. Yes, somewhere, somehow, someone. Commando. Can you do the Richie Bobby Lupo part again? I will definitely do that tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be Seagal. But anybody seen Richie? Anybody know about Richie the Bobby Lupo? There you go. I couldn't watch all Seagal films, no way. Yes, it was hard. It was definitely hard. But we'll be there tomorrow to support you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Oh, shit. I knew we did Bobby Lupo. Yes. We'll definitely get there tomorrow. I have done both with Gareth. I've done both with Gareth last year or 2 years ago at this point. Gareth had a Seagal month, Seagal September. So there was a lot of Seagal watch parties I did. Hard to Kill with him and Out for Justice. I will definitely. Yes, we will definitely do that. Thank you, Sparks. I know which one. My lips are sealed. Yes. Tune in tomorrow. I think I've pretty much been vocal about my least favorite Seagal film, so a lot of you will probably know, but tune in tomorrow anyway. Okay, and that's the last comment. So thank you, Acres of Movies. Thank you, Michael Myers. Thank you, Sparks. Thank you, Yam Yam. Thank you, Larry, the Horror Cadda. Thank you, Echoes of the Past, Power History, for just tuning in and subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Ramon, the Dutch film buff. Well, everybody here. Bob McCall. See, yeah, Michael Myers, I think I mentioned, but just in case I didn't, there you go. Michael Myers again. Everyone that tuned in. I think at the beginning, even Gareth tuned in. Alucard, tune in. Everybody that tuned in, thank you so much, and we'll see you all tomorrow for let's show off a little bit. I have a VHS here of my favorite Seagal film, Out for Justice. So I'll see you tomorrow for this guy right here, Out for Justice, Steven Seagal. So Steven Seagal tomorrow. This was the Van Damme Top 40 night. I'm going for piss. I'm going to play the montage that I put together that I played at the beginning of this video, which is just enough time for me to run to the bathroom and back so I can end the stream. So enjoy the montage. I will see you all tomorrow. Keep punching and see you soon.